2. This is Junior Sedans here supporting for the WA Street Stock title. The final of night tonight here at Albany's Atwell Park, and the green flag drops, and we're away and racing in the first of a number of events here this evening. Day goes 3 wide around turns 1 and 2 and down the back straight, and he's into the lead in the number 8 machine. So quickly up into the lead is Brodie Day. He's now being challenged by Kane Della on the inside. Della has poked the nose of the 95 in front, and he'll lead the first lap, but the first lap completed. So Della leads from Brodie Day, and then we go back to the 13 of Alicia Cooper, and Harrison Barris next in car number 18. A little bit of contact there between the 73 of Blake Palmer and also the 71 of Olivia Earle in down the back straight. Della ticks the second lap down. 6 to go in the junior sedans. Brodie Della leading pretty comfortably at the moment. Brodie Day second. No change to the top 3 with Alicia Cooper in 3rd place. Then we go back to Harrison Barris, one of the Albany drivers. The 73 is next of Blake Palmer, Olivia Earle, Shatea Herbert, Baxter Truchet, and the W5 of Jessie Hammond. So Hammond being passed now by the race leader in the 95 of Kane Della, putting some very quick laps down. The margin was 1.88 seconds when they went past that time around. There was 5 to go. It's 4.5 now as Della starts to really increase the lead in car number 95. He's cruising away in heat number 1 of the junior sedans. Will get the margin this time around. Alicia Cooper's got into 2nd place, but the margin's 2.9 seconds, so it's got even further. Brodie Day back to 3rd place. Then Harrison Barris, the 73 then of Blake Palmer, Olivia Earle, Baxter Truchet, Shatea Herbert, and Jessie Hammond. But it is all the 95 at the moment. Kane Della with a very quick lap of 20.4 there as he went past the start-finish line, and the margin is 3.6 seconds, so it's just growing here in the junior sedans. Kane Della really putting on a show in the 95 machine. He comes past Jessie Hammond again, but it is all the 95 out with 2 laps to go. It is a very, very big margin. Alicia Cooper is in 3rd place. The margin's 3.8 seconds. Then 3rd is Brodie Day. Harrison Barris driving a strong race in car 18 in 4th. And then in 5th is the 73 of Blake Palmer. But put your hands, 1 lap to go. I was very eager to call the checkered flag, but no. Kane Della with 1 lap to go. He's got the white flag now, but he was going to go pretty handsomely to the checkered flag, you'd imagine. He goes down the back straight into Pitts Bend, turns 3 and 4, and he'll come onto the main straight and get the checkered flag this time around. It's been a comprehensive victory to Kane Della. Car 95 is first. And the 5 of Bryden Williamson. 8 laps on the board for the production sedans here supporting the WA Street Stock title, and the green flag is flying here in the main straight, and it was Ron Pocock who made the best of the start in car number 46 as he went straight to the lead from the front row. The 34 of Paul Spinks up there fighting for the lead, along with the 5 of Bryden Williamson. They're the first 3 cars in the racetrack at the moment. The Pocock machine ticks the first lap over the 46 leads. Williamson now up the inside of the 34 of Paul Spinks. Stephen Cowsell's got through to 4th place, but the battle is on between the 5 of Bryden Williamson and also the 34 of Paul Spinks, having a terrific battle for 2nd place. Ron Pocock leads the race at the moment, but the battle between Williamson and Spinks is a ripper. The 4 of Cowsell is there in 4th place, and then we go back to the 85 of Kurt Mccain, who all out of shape there on the exit of turn number 2. The 69 is next, and that is Rob Wolfenden, Bianca Kennedy, and Arden Marriott brings up the tail in car number 45. So 5 laps remaining for the race leader in Ron Pocock, out in front pretty handsomely at the moment in the 46 machine. The 5 of Bryden Williamson being able to just get out of the clutches of the 34 of Paul Spinks. So Williamson up into a clear 2nd place now. Then we go back to Spinks in the 34, and Cowsell starting to creep closer ever so likely in the purple 4 machine. Then McCain back to Wolfenden, Bianca Kennedy, and then Marriott. So with 3 laps to run this time around, we'll get a look at the margin, but it's Ron Pocock leading pretty handsomely in the 46 machine. He leads by 2.6 seconds over Paul Spinks. And now Stephen Cowsall putting some real pressure on Bryden Williamson. Williamson still managing to hold on to 3rd place. And 5th at the moment is the debutant in Kurt McCain in car number 85. So there'll be 2 laps to go this time for Ron Pocock in car number 46. A little bit of debris there on the entry to turn number 1, but off the main drive line for most of these drivers at the moment, and Ron Pocock still leading pretty handsomely. He'll get the white flag this time around in car number 46, comes onto the main straight, and the white flag awaits. So Ron Pocock, 1 circuit to go. The margin is 2.3 seconds, and he's held that for much of this 8-lap first heat for the production sedans. The 46 down the back straight, leading handsomely over Paul Spinks and Bryden Williamson. And as he comes up on the back of the slower Arden Marriott car, he'll still take the checkered flag. The win goes to the 46 of Ron Pocock. Paul Spinks next, then Bryden Williamson, Stephen Cowsall, and Kurt McCain in car 85.
Here we go. Full field, heat 22 of the WA title about to get underway. They come out of turn number 4. The green lights come on. We're away on night number 2. 5 o'clock on the dot. We're away and racing with heat 22 and an even dispatch. 2 down into turn number 1 and 2. They're 3 wide as they make their way into the back straight. The race leader is car 117, Chris Vanzetti, but the charges coming from behind. Jason Batchelor moves into 2nd place. Ben Norman is there in 66. So run down the main straight the first time. White is there in 95. Paul Bowman's tucked away in 5th. Hayden Norman from the back of the field has made his way up into 6th place. Make that 5th place. He's come from position 10. Now Jack Barnwell in the yellow 16 starting to make his presence felt as well. He started from position number 9. Norman comes out of turn number 4. That was Ben into 3rd, and Hayden has made his way to 4th. Right behind him is Jack Barnwell. They've gone around the outside of the 52 car of Paul Bowman as they run the back straight. The race leader is Jason Batchelor by 3 car lengths. Back in 2nd place, it's Chris Vanzetti. Behind him is Ben Norman, Hayden Norman, and then Jack Barnwell. Past his enormous crowd here in the main straight. The race leader is car 46, Jason Batchelor. On the inside now is Ben Norman. The outside is 117, Chris Vanzetti, and Hayden Norman from the back of the field is up to 4th. The equal highest qualifier after night number 1, trying to find a way through. He might get underneath the Vanzetti, who runs wide here in the main straight, and he does. So Hayden Norman up to 3rd place now. Right there with him is Jack Barnwell, who won this event a couple of years ago. Back then to Vanzetti in 5th, Paul Bowman in 6th. Back in 7th place, the 95 of Gordon White. 8th place is Cody Avens, and we've got David Linthorne, Brimmy McGaffin, and Brendan Fagan. This one is far from over. 5 laps down and 5 to go. It's Jason Batchelor just in front. The Hayden Norman is charging through the field along with the 16 car in 4th place, which is Jack Barnwell. Paul Bowman back to 5th place, but they haven't got past Ben Norman yet. Ben Norman in 2nd, Hayden Norman 3rd, and Barnwell 4th. 4 laps to go this time by. Batchelor the leader. Hayden Norman is storming through the field, goes into 2nd place, and now Barnwell goes into 3rd with a barnstorming move, you pardon the pun, and that puts Ben Norman back to 4th place. They run up into the top turn, which is Pitts Bend here. Bright sunshine at Albany's Atwell Park, and we've got 3 laps to go and a grandstand finish coming up in the opening heat race of the night. Jason Batchelor just in front. Hayden Norman from the back row is there in 2nd place. Back in 3rd place is Jack Barnwell. Paul Bowman now comes underneath of Ben Norman. The passing flag coming out as the 6 car may have hit the front as they move down the main straight. This has been some sort of a charge by Hayden Norman. 2 laps to go. Batchelor back in front. Hayden Norman's got his troubles now with that of Jack Barnwell. Barnwell, who started on the 5th row as well, moves into 2nd place. What a blanket finish here. Barnwell comes underneath of Batchelor. Batchelor holds the lead. The white flag comes out. On the outside comes Hayden Norman. Norman back to 2nd place. Will he round Batchelor up on the outside? They come out of turn 2. Batchelor, Norman, and Barnwell. The 3 of them run up into the top turn the final time. Batchelor fights back on the inside. Hayden Norman, the outside, is going to take it. What a drive from the field. Hayden Norman gets up on the line. Bachelor second, Barnwell third. Great race. Back in fourth place is that of the 52 of Paul Bowman. Fifth place will go the way of Ben Norman, Chris Vanzetti, Gordon Wyatt. Then we've got Brindley McGaffin, Cody Avens, David Linthorne and Brendan Fagan. And ladies and gentlemen, one thing is for certain, Hayden Norman will start on the front row of the state final later tonight at 9:30. Put your hands together for him. Hayden Norman from position number 10. Got up on the 10 starters with Michael Hammond not making the call. Down into turn number 1. The first move is going to come from the 99 of Bridges, who crosses over with Daniel Amajuri as they run the back straight the first time. Also going nicely at this early stage would be Shay Roberts in the 52 as they come out of pits bend the first time and into the main straight, but out in front it is Daniel Amajuri in the 183. It's only a little one up on the roof of that car. That's why I said the other night it's 42.5. It's only half a one. So move down the back straight in second place. It is 99, Kyron Bridges. Here comes the charge now from the 27 of Damon Lyle. Makes his way up to fourth position now. He's got a bit of work to do. Again, he has to win this race to start off a pole. Hayden Norman at the moment will be the man on the front row. Damon Lyle comes underneath of Roberts. So Lyle started out of position 7. Comes under Roberts, goes into third. Bridges there in second. But Nudge Nation out in front. Daniel Amajuri has a handy lead in this one. Laps ticking by, 3 down and 7 to go. Damon Lyle is up behind Kyron Bridges, comes past Kyron Bridges, and now Damon Lyle sets sail out after Daniel Amajuri. 6 laps to go. Let's see what the 27 car can do. He's the quickest car on track. Amajuri does a 19.819. Amajuri has just done Lyle has just done a 19.746. The margin was 1.9 seconds, so he's giving Amajuri a 2-second start as we come to the halfway mark. It's Amajuri, Lyle and Bridges. Back then to Shay Roberts in fourth, Jack Favreau, Brighton Southwell. Todd Barrett is next, Daniel Stanley, Josh Martinelli and Ben Ferris. The margin has been reduced to 1.8 seconds and the jury seems to have the better of the exchange at this stage. But as we saw last night, it only takes one bad move and you lose a lot of ground. Into the main straight they come, 4 laps to go. Daniel Amajuri's lead was 1.8. It's down to 1.3. Half a second eaten out of it on that last lap. And Lyle is flying home a 19.653. There is 5 car lengths between first and second. Make it 4 as we come out of turn 4 with 3 laps to go. Amajuri out in front in 1.83. Lyle is close to a 0.8 of a second. I think we've got a big finish coming up. Back in third is still Bridges, then Roberts. 5th place is that of Jack Favreau, Brighton Southwell, then in the 46 car of Barrett, then Martinelli, Stanley and Ferris. We have got a big finish coming up because the margin is all gone. 2 laps to go and Damon Lyle at the halfway mark was 2 seconds behind. He is now trying to take the lead. Amajuri made a hash at turn 2. Lyle had to swap lines, lost a bit of ground, but he'll come again. White flag is coming out. We've got a car around that is Southwell over on turn number 2. Will we go yellow? We don't. He gets going. The white flag comes out. Lyle to try and chase down Amajuri in this last lap. Daniel Amajuri still out in front. Looks like he may hang on. Lyle to give it one last crack. Here he comes out of pits bend the final time. Daniel Amajuri is going to just hang on. Lyle gave it everything. He clobbered the wall in the process. 3rd place is Kyron Bridges, Shay Roberts, Jack Favreau. 6th place goes to Barrett in the 46. Then Josh Martinelli is next. Next is car number 18, Daniel Stanley, Ben Ferris and Brighton Southwell. 3 minutes 21.195 for the 10 laps. 0.256 the winning margin, and the quick lap was a 19.618 by Damon Lyle, but it wasn't good enough. Daniel Amajuri hangs on and he defeats Damon Lyle and Kyron Bridges in heat number 23. Let's go down to Cam trackside. Let's see if we can get this microphone to work this time.
Thank you, Jace. We'll get a word with the winner here. Daniel Amajuri, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nudge. Good result, mate. Good way to end the heat racing.
About bloody time. I haven't won a street a country track last week, so yeah. Pretty happy, so we'll go with that, and still not going to make us the A main, but pretty close at the top of the B. But out-qualified the daughter, and that's all that mattered. So someone owes me a hamburger in that stand. I'll have it with tomato sauce, thanks, mate. You know what I'm talking about.
There you go, Daniel Amadou. We'll let you go, mate. Get back in there. We'll see you back out here for the mains. Just a little photo.
As the green lights come on, let's see if this remains a start. Lockie Della goes around the outside of Freddie Kinsella once the greens come on, and they move out of turn number 1 and 2. Della out in front. Anthony Bear charting to make his presence felt. Moves up to second place. Further back, Jamie Oldfield has passed 2 cars. Bear has gone wide. That's allowed Kinsella back, but Bear will remain second. It's Lockie Della out in front, Freddie Kinsella in third place. So move up into the top turn once again, back to Lincoln Coleman, Stephen Gartner. But Anthony Bear has driven right round the outside of Lockie Della and taken the race lead. But Della down low on the track may hold the lead. No, he doesn't, as Anthony Bear takes over. Freddie Kinsella third, Gartner's in fourth place. Now making his way up into 6th or 7th is Jamie Oldfield. He's passed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. Oh! Lincoln Coleman was trying to come off the track, and there was a car coming on the inside, and that was Paul Joss. That nearly ended in disaster, but Coleman gets off the racetrack, and Paul Joss can't take a trick this weekend, and that's probably done more damage to the 69 car. Anthony Bear continues to lead, though. Dalla in second place, third, and Joss does retire, actually, as they move down the back straight. Freddie Kinsella third, Steve Gartner in fourth place as they move out of turn 3 and 4. Jamie Oldfield is fifth. Graham is next, and then behind Graham is Stevie O'Dowd in car number 19. Anthony Bear is still 1.5 seconds in front of Lockie Della. Back to Freddie Kinsella in third, Gartner fourth, and then back to Jamie Oldfield as Gartner gives Freddie Kinsella a tap on the back end, which was a concertina effect. Oldfield then gave Gartner a tap on the back end. So run the main straight here, 3 wide, and Jamie Oldfield goes under Freddie Kinsella, and Gartner went the outside, and Freddie Kinsella got squashed in the middle, and Kinsella's now got some smoke coming out the back end. He goes from third to fifth. Jamie Oldfield from the back of the field has made his way to third. He will run out of laps, so 4 to go, and Anthony Bear is out by 1.3 seconds on Lockie Della, who's giving great chase. Back in third is Jamie Oldfield, then Steve Gartner. Fifth place is that of Stevie O'Dowd. Freddie Kinsella is next, then Glenn Graham, Gavin Minty. The 17 of Anthony Perella, James Westerman, is the last car running as the sun finally goes behind a cloud down in turn number 4 as we look into Pitts Bend. Our race leader has 2.5 to go. Anthony Bear well clear. Lockie Della in second place, and then back to Jamie Oldfield and Stephen Gartner, and they're spread out like Brown's cows in this one with 2 laps remaining. As Bear crosses the line, 1.95 in second, Lockie Della. Third is Jamie Oldfield, then back to Gartner in fourth. In fact, there's 3 laps to go, not 2, 3 to go. As they run down into turns 3 and 4 once again. Bear comes up into the main straight. In fact, the white flag is coming out. White flag is coming out. There's 1 lap to go, this time for Anthony Bear. Back in second place, Lockie Della. Then Jamie Oldfield in third, Steve Gartner fourth. And then back to O'Dowd, then Graham, then Minty, then Perella. Then we go back to Kinsella, and then we go to Westerman, and that is the way they're going to finish. Cross the line first, Anthony Bear takes the win. Second across the line will be Lockie Della. He wins by 1.9 seconds. Now, Bear has gone to the infield pretty quickly there, straight after the race. Third place goes to Jamie Oldfield. Fourth is the 32 of Steve Gartner. Fifth across the line is that of Stevie O'Dowd, Glenn Graham, then Gavin Minty, Anthony Perella, Freddie Kinsella ran out of noise in the end, and the last car was James Westerman. Field of 10 about to get underway here as we get set for a dispatch. They move out of turn number 4 and into the main straight. We get ourselves a green light. And Megan Cheeseman from South Australia leads them up into turn number 1. Around the outside goes Phil Licklet in 1.99. Another charge coming from the outside is Kevin Wyatt in 55. Goes around Cheeseman into second place. as they move out of 3 and 4 the first time, going clockwise. Phil Licklet out in front. Floppy in 199 leads them through. 55 of Kevin White. Megan Cheeseman is third. Stephanie Amajuri is there in fourth. On the outside is Travis Moynihan in 33. Now moves into fourth place. And there's a good battle for second through about 8th place at the moment. Licklet has split the scene. Moynihan comes underneath of Cheeseman. Cheeseman gets sideways. Shane Wild had nowhere to go. We still have it green at the moment. Goodman comes underneath. Cheeseman's in more trouble than she'd care to worry about at the moment. The 14 car not going anywhere. It goes infield now. It has spread eagled the back half of that field, including Shane Wild, who was horribly inconvenienced in all of that. As Licklet continues to lead Wyatt Moynihan. Then the doorless car number 8 of Dave Watson. Stephanie Amajuri, Trent Claybrook. Then Jamie Goodwin, Shane Wild, and then back to slip sliding away himself, Jeremy Ferris. They move down out of turn 3 and 4. Licklet still out in front from Wyatt. Third place Moynihan. Then the doorless car number 8 of Dave Watson. You can see him working behind the steering wheel. Fifth place is the 83 of Stephanie Amajuri. Incidentally, that car number 8 of Dave Watson is the quickest car on track in this particular race with a 20.120. Trent Claybrook is in 6th position at the moment, but it is still Licklet out in front with 5 down and 5 to go. Second place Wyatt, Moynihan and Watson. Back in 5th place car number 83 of Amajuri. Claybrook is there along with Goodwin. As they run out of turn number 2 and down the back straight, and also in that group is the 2 of Shane Wild, who really needs to get a move on. He's lost a lot of points and a lot of ground with that incident with Megan Cheeseman, and now he's on the infield, and he did that last night too, but except he was on the other side of the tyre, and he's made no ground at all. Down the back straight they go. Licklet still out in front, showing them a clean back bumper. Came very close to winning best presented car in car 199. It's still looking immaculate as he moves down the main straight with 3 to go. Wyatt in second place. Travis Moynihan has moved to third. Now Watson is back in third. Now we've got Amajuri and then Goodwin. Back then to Claybrook and Wild. The lap's ticking by. There's 2 to go and Licklet well and truly clear as they run down the main straight. Second place is Wyatt in 55. Moynihan has dropped off the pace here. Watson has gone into third. One car has gone up in smoke on the back straight. That's Jeremy Ferris. There's whiter smoke than the colour of his car, to be brutally honest, as the white flag comes out. So move down the main straight. And it is Licklet out in front from Wyatt, Watson, Moynihan. Back then to Stephanie Amajuri and Goodman. Then we've got Claybrook and Shane Wild. Needs to make up every spot he can. Goes around the outside of Claybrook and moves into 7th. But here's the checkered flag. Phil Licklet's going to lead from start to finish. Licklet first across the line. Second will go to the 55 of Kevin White ahead of Dave Watson. Fourth will go to Travis Moynihan. Back in 5th place will go to Stephanie Amajuri ahead of Jamie Goodwin. Then we go back to Shane Wild, Trent Claybrook. And the last car, smoking or not, is the 37 of Jeremy Ferris. Megan Cheeseman did 2 of the 10. Evan Wakefield didn't start, neither did Russell Gunn. 3 minutes 24.454 was the time. Winning margin 3.333. And the quick lap at 20.120 by Dave Watson. It's Licklet in 199, Kevin Wyatt in 55, and the 8 car of Dave Watson, your first 3. And it's the first win by Phil Licklet in the title, and he did a very good job from start to finish. He's meandering around turn number 4. He'll be talking to Cam in just a tick.
That is Heat 25, run and done. We'll have a word to the winner, Phil Licklet. Hopefully I've tried to pronounce that correctly. Phil, congratulations. Great to have you here in Albany and a winner of Heat 25 of the WA Street Stock title. How's it feel?
Yeah, pretty good. It's nice to get a bit of weight off my shoulders. Probably a little bit too little too late, but we'll see. See how we go. New car. And yeah, big thanks to Darren Cole. He put a year of his life into building this, and yeah, just nice to get some things back, and yeah, no, I just want to get there. Yeah. Yeah, also big thanks to anyone else that... But, yeah, I don't really know what to say, sorry, but thank you. Especially my wife, she organised a lot of stuff for me, a few surprises. That's probably why I'm teary, but yeah, cheers.
There it is. Phil.
Here we go with heat number 26 of 28. They move out of turn number 4 into the main straight, and we get ourselves a green light. And it is 102 of Mitchell Claybrook who leads them down into turn number 1. Trying to screw it down tight was Jace Kempton in 55. He's behind Linton Dickerson. Around the outside comes Craig Clayton, then back to Ray Clifton in 5th place. They move up into the top turn, the highway end here at Albany's Atwell Park. Into the main straight before these packed stands here in the main straight. And it's 102 Mitchell Claybrook out in front. Dickerson in 2nd place. Oh, Kempton has spun himself out of commission. He's racing across the infield to the eye of the officials as Clifton comes around the outside. That was not very clever indeed as they move down the main straight. Also in there is Tregonning, as then we've got Wayne Thompson up to 7th place. And they're riding some stuff down next door, I can tell you right there. As they move down the back straight, the race leader is Mitchell Claybrook. Linton Dickerson is under pressure now from Craig Clayton as the leader spins. Oh my goodness gracious. He sees them all. As they move out of turn number 4 into the main straight, the green lights have remained on for the moment. Dickerson is not going to move. The yellow lights have come on. Race of 39 of Travis Southwell, Ryan Penn, Marty Kelly, Lance Beaver. We're back underway. Love this stuff of no mucking around. We go green straight away as soon as we can. No rolling laps. It's fantastic. That's what everyone wants to see. We want to watch the racing. Craig Clayton goes wide. Dickerson back in the game. Ray Clifton's right there as well. So Craig Clayton from Newman just in front from Linton Dickerson. In fact, Dickerson might have hit the front. Clayton on the outside. Ray Clifton from Broome in 3rd. Tregonning in 4th place. And then the 55 of Jace Kempton 5th. Not much separating them. The yellows have come on. We've got 2 cars at the back of the field that have had it coming together. Ryan Penn in 25 and Mitch Claybrook in 102. Not looking all that healthy at the moment. Giving him a bit of a helping hand actually to get around. Craig Clayton will come into the main straight, get the green lights. Ray Clifton in 3rd, Tregonning 4th, Jace Kempton 5th, and Wayne Thompson has come from position number 10 up to 6th place at this stage, the veteran driver from Bunbury. So move out of turn number 2 and down the back straight, a gap back then to Marty Kelly in 7th place. As the race is on in earnest out in front, Wayne Thompson's gone underneath of Jace Kempton. And, well, Dickerson comes underneath of the 35 of Craig Clayton. So Clayton is just in front. Dickerson in 2nd place. Ray Clifton, not used to going this way around, is back there in 3rd. A modified sedan driver normally. And he's back there in 3rd place. Tregonning in 4th. And Wayne Thompson in 5th place. So move down the main straight. Dickerson trying everything to get past Craig Clayton with 4 to go. Back then to Ray Clifton, Andrew Tregonning and Wayne Thompson. Jace Kempton is next, and then back to Marty Kelly, Mitch Claybrook, Travis Southwell, and then Ryan Penn and Lance Beaver. Oops, trouble for the 73 of Ray Clifton. He's gone back about 3 or 4 spots now as the race continues. Our race leader comes up and puts a lap on one of the slower cars. It's Craig Clayton. Oh, we've got Mitch Claybrook going the wrong direction down here in turn 4. He does a 360 in front of Lance Beaver coming out of the pub as they move down the main straight. There's not many to go. 2 laps to go. The inquiry flag is on 26. Where is the 26 car? Well back in the field. But our race leader is just that of Craig Clayton. They've got some cars to negotiate. Linton Dickerson in 2nd place. The 26 is in 3rd, Andrew Tregonning. Then Wayne Thompson. Ray Clifton's made a hash at turn 2. He's on the infield again. The white flag comes out. There's 1 to go. There's been plenty of interest in this one. Clayton just ahead of Dickerson. You don't know where to look. There's action all over the place. It's Clayton, Dickerson, Tregonning. Dickerson hasn't given up his thoughts of winning this one. They come up on Lance Beaver. They're going to zig and zag. They come out at turn number 4 and Craig Clayton is going to prevail. Craig Clayton first across the line from Linton Dickerson, Andrew Tregonning, Wayne Thompson. 5th place is going to go to Marty Kelly after all of that. Ray Clifton's not going to finish 6th. He's going to hit the fence. He bounces off the fence. Mitch Claybrook is going to finish 6th. 7th is going to be Southwell in 39. And Ray Clifton hit the fence. He used the infield. He used everything in that race. But he gets home in 8th ahead of Lance Beaver and Ryan Penn. 0.495 the winning margin. Quick lap of the race at 23.2. To the main straight, the green lights are activated. We're away. And moving into the lead pretty quickly is Carl Pickersgill in car number 89. Donna Vanzetti on the inside, and on the outside Lenny Bates makes it a row of 3 as they go up into pits bend the first time. Zane Humphreys is in that group, and Mark Jennings has come through like a steam train in car number 21. He's on the infield, rejoins now. Humphreys is there along with Roberts. It was a bit of a barnstorming move. So move out of turn number 2, and a race leader is the 74 car of Lenny Bates. In second place, it's car number 89 of Carl Pickersgill. So move out of turn number 4 and into the main straight. Third place is Coxall, Vanzetti, Donna Vanzetti, then Mark Jennings in 5th place. The 25 of Bradley Roberts is next. So move out of turn number 2 and down the back straight. Jennings has moved into 4th as they move up into turn number 3 and 4 once again. Our race leader is that of 74 Lenny Bates. The inquiry flag comes out on Mark Jennings in car number 21 for that subsequent move a couple of laps ago, which inconvenienced a couple of drivers. So here's some discussions with the officials after this one to come. Our race leader, the 74 of Lenny Bates, leads with 6 laps to go. Lenny Bates is under 20 seconds, 19.808 that time around. Second place is Carl Pickersgill. Third is Tim Coxall, Mark Jennings, Bradley Roberts, Donna Vanzetti in your first 6. Damon Thompson back in 7th place. Then Dylan Williams, Zane Humphreys and Gary Blee. Into the main straight at the halfway mark. 5 down and 5 to go for Lenny Bates. Second place, the 89 car of Carl Pickersgill. Third position is Tim Coxall in 28, then Mark Jennings. 5th place at 25 of Bradley Roberts. Donna Vanzetti is in 6th. Damon Thompson 7th. Back in 8th place, the 4 of Dylan Williams. And then back to Zane Humphreys and Gary Blee. The laps ticking by, 4 of them left. And Lenny Bates out in front. The 74 car showing the McLean back bumper at this point in time. Back to Carl Pickersgill in second position, having a good drive out there at the moment. Third place is Tim Coxall, Mark Jennings, Bradley Roberts, Donna Vanzetti having a lonely race in 6th, been no one near Donna for the majority of it. And Damon Thompson's over on turn number 2, not moving. He is now. The yellow lights have come on, and we have ourselves a stoppage. This is heat number 27. So it'll be a 4-lap restart. I'm hearing the word relegation next door. Here we go with the restart. 4 laps remaining. Lenny Bates will move into the main straight in front of this very big crowd once again. Always well patronised the state titles here at Atwell Park. And it's Bates from Pickersgill, Coxall, Roberts, Vanzetti, Jennings, Williams is next. Here's the first move. And it's coming from Tim Coxall on the inside of Carl Pickersgill as they run into the main straight. Pickersgill's able to drive back around the outside and hold second place. Roberts is coming on the outside now of the 28 of Coxall. And Jennings has moved to 5th, Williams 6th, and Donna Vanzetti's gone back to 7th. As they run up into pits bend, there'll be 2 to go this time around. Lenny Bates continues to lead this one in bright sunshine at Atwell Park. Bates out in front. Pickersgill. Coxall dives to the inside of Pickersgill again. Lenny Bates was nearly out on the highway, lost some ground. Again, Pickersgill's able to run off the top turn and keep second place. Back to Robertson in 5th place is Jennings. White flag is out there, homeward bound in the penultimate heat of the title. Heat 27 of 28 is on the racetrack, and it's Lenny Bates out in front, the former Victorian, now living up north of Western Australia, doing a great job out in front. Second place is that of Carl Pickersgill. Third is Coxall. 4th place is Bradley Roberts, then Mark Jennings. But bring him home, race fans. It's Lenny Bates first across the line in car number 74. Bates first, back then to Carl Pickersgill. Tim Coxall. 4th is Roberts. 5th goes to Jennings. 6th place is that of Dylan Williams, Donna Vanzetti, Damon Thompson, Zane Humphreys and Gary Blee. No time for the race due to the stoppage. The winning margin was 1.279. And Lenny Bates takes the win. He also had the quick lap at 19.808 in winning heat number 27. Lenny Bates first, second Carl Pickerskill, and third Tim Coxall. Coxall was the 9th highest qualifier going to that race, so he'll bank some good points there, 23 of them to be exact, in heat number 27. Let's go downstairs and try again with Cam Newbold with Lenny Bates.
A winner in Lenny Bates. That was heat 27, the W74 here in Victory Lane for the AVEG WA Street Stock title. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Lenny Bates, winner of heat number 27. Lenny, talk to you. Quick time in practice. Nice to finish with a heat win.
Yeah, finally, yeah. Quick time was good in practice, but yeah, last night I had a shocker, so it's good to have a win tonight and see where it puts us in the B, mate, and see how we go from there.
You feel like the car's starting to come on. It looked very fast then. You look like you had control of it. A bit of confidence, hopefully, out of this heat and, like you say, into the B main and see how you can roll around.
Yeah. It's back again, so yeah, we can.
There we go. Tim Carr, 70. Bit of pick for social media.
He leads them up the main straight. There'll be challengers coming from the back of the field. Jake Oath is there in the 29 as they're 3 wide, nearly 4 wide down the back straight. Oh, Matthews nearly got squashed out. So move up into turn number 3 and 4. David Fall gets a good run underneath of Peter Herbert as they run down the main straight. Clayton Blee leads. Oath in second place, Herbert third. Fourth place is that of the 10 car of David Fall. Paul Briggs has come from the back of the field with Ethan Geneve. They're up to 5th and 6th now. Briggs looks underneath of David Fall and might take 4th place here. Oath is out after a race leader, Clayton Blee. Herbert's there in 3rd. Fall, Briggs, Geneve. Back then in 7th is Tim Matthews. Then Paul Devonshire, and at the tail is Justin Melhuish in car number 51. They run the back straight. Jake Oath out after our race leader, which is car 110, Clayton Blee. Back in 3rd place, Peter Herbert. Then we got David Fall, Paul Briggs, and then Ethan Geneve in 6th. Paul Briggs comes underneath of David Fall here in the main straight. That's for 4th and 5th. Fall is able to continue and remains in 4th for the moment. Clayton Blee is just in front by a couple of car lengths. 0.697 is the margin at the moment. Oath down low. Blee out on the highway, very high, wide and handsome. Hoth out after our race leader. Hoth all the way from Derby, up there in 2nd place at the moment. Behind him in 3rd is Peter Herbert, David Fall, Paul Briggs, back then to Ethan Geneve. 6 laps to go in this one. The final qualifying heat of the West Australian title for AVEG, and Clayton Blee might have done his dash this time, run extremely wide. Hoth right behind him now. Herbert, Fall and Briggs in a great old battle now for 3rd place. 3 of them locked together, and Ethan Geneve about to join them. So run the back straight. It's Hoth all over the back end here of Clayton Blee. Hoth is the 7th highest qualifier. May have hit the front this time. Blee still on the outside. It's Blee and Hoth. Back then to Herbert, Fall, Briggs and Geneve tucked away in 6th place at the moment. 4 laps to go. Peter Herbert is the quickest car on track. Out of Pitts Bend and down the back straight once again. Clayton Blee continues to lead. Jake Hoth trying everything to get past Clayton Blee, who holds on to the lead by a car length with 3 laps to go in the final qualifier. Peter Herbert 3rd, David Fall from Manjimup 4th, then the collie drivers in 5th and 6th, Paul Briggs and Ethan Geneve, back to Tim Matthews and Paul Devonshire. This one is far from over. Jake Hoth has another attack. This time it might be the winning move. Hoth comes underneath of Clayton Blee and hit the front. With 2 laps to go, the margin is 0.051 as they cross the line. Hoth in front now from Clayton Blee and Peter Herbert. Blee to try and fight back. David Fall is fourth, and then back to Paul Briggs and Ethan Geneve. Blee does fight back on the inside. Clayton Blee is back in front and almost spins himself out. And Peter Herbert comes around the outside with one to go. Can Peter Herbert take out another heat race? Peter Herbert started on the third row. They come out of turn 2 the final time. Hoth just in front. Herbert is flying home. Down into turn 3 the final time. Hoth screws it down tight. And all the way from Derby, 2,700 kilometres from home, Jake Hoth wins by a car length. Third place goes to Clayton Blee, David Fall, Paul Briggs and Ethan Geneve. All cross the line very close together. Back then to Tim Matthews and Paul Devonshire. 3 minutes 25.966 for the 10 laps. The winning margin was just .270. Jake Hoth defeats Peter Herbert and Clayton Blee. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Derby. Jake Hoth wins his second heat of the title. He was the 7th highest qualifier, and that's going to put him in a very good position come the A main later on tonight. It's a long way to come, and he's done a tremendous job to find himself with 2 wins in the state title. Let's go down and try again with Cam.
Thank you, Jace. The final heat, run and done. Make some noise for the winner of the final heat, Jake Hoth. Congratulations, nice to win the final heat. Really solid display. You worked hard on getting past Clayton Blee and you got the job done.
Yeah, that was hard work, but yeah, good.
How are you feeling heading into, I presume that puts you somewhere in the A main?
Yeah, it should put me somewhere good. Car started breaking down a bit at the end there, so go back and try and get it fixed up.
Anyone you want to thank?
Just everyone that supports me, helping me in the pits, watching, and my sponsors, Buckley's Earthworks, Derby 4x4. Cheers.
There he is, Jake Hoth. We'll get a picture for social media. The winner of the final heat, the final qualifier, heat 28 of the WA Street Stock title, supported by AVEG. The juniors are coming up next. Kane Della and Alicia Cooper on the front row for heat number 2, 8 laps on the board, junior sedan action, green flag, and we're away and racing here at Atwell Park Speedway. The final night of the WA Street Stock title, and Della was very quick to hit the front, raced away down the back straight and into turns 3 and 4, and we've got a slowing car, the 34 there. Baxter Trichet's continued to go. He slowed down there on the back straight. Looked like he was almost going to come to a halt, but has managed to keep the 34 going. So still racing at a green light here. Della in front of Cooper. Then we go back to the 73 of Blake Palmer. Brody Day next. And as I speak, the 18 of Harrison Barris up into 5th place ahead of Shatea Herbert. In the 44, it's a little bit loose there coming onto the main straight. And you're back to the 71 of Olivia Earle, Baxter Truchet, and of course, as we mentioned before, Jesse Hammond in just his second meeting, circulating in the W5. Junior sedans, and it is all the Kane Della machine. The 95 very, very fast out in front, leading handsomely over Alicia Cooper. The battle on between Palmer and Brody Day for 3rd and 4th place. It's Palmer at the moment in 3rd spot, but Day right there with him in the 8 car. They're having a terrific battle. Oh, big moment for Blake Palmer, who just bounced through a couple of ruts there in turn number 4. Day's got a little bit closer. They're nose to tail in turns 1 and 2 and down the back straight. Throw a blanket over the 2 of them. Harrison Barris in 5th. Then back to Earle. Herbert, Trichet and Hammond. Kane Della cruising out in front in car number 95. 2nd place is Alicia Cooper, who's all out on her lonesome. And now Day makes a mistake on the back of the Palmer car, and there's a couple of car lengths between them as they come into Pitts Bend. Barris starting to close the margin in 5th place, one of the Albany drivers. A strong performance from him so far. The white flag will be out this time around as Kane Della comes into the main straight. White flag waves to the 95. 1 lap to go in heat number 2. Looking for his second win from as many starts here in the junior sedans. Has a very, very sizable margin over Alicia Cooper as he heads down the back straight. It's a lap down on Shatea Herbert, and the 95 is cruising to victory. Kane Della will make it 2 from 2. The checkered flag out. He wins by a big space in the junior sedans. Alicia Cooper in second. Then we go back to Blake Palmer in car number 73. Brody Day next, then Harrison Berres. The 71 of Olivia Earle, followed by Baxter Truchet, Shatea Herbert, and Jessie Hammond. That will round out the junior sedans. Pretty comfortable circuiting from the next generation of Speedway drivers. Their second appearance, and production sedans will be next. It'll be heat 2 for them. Also 8 laps on the board. This is heat 2 here at Albany's Atwell Park Speedway, and they're away. Paul Spinks made the best of the starts. Wolfenden trying to go with him in the all-blue 69 machine, but doesn't quite have the power to go with it. Oh, Spinks very wide, just pointed the car up towards the concrete fence. Was lucky to save it in the end. Cowsell just threading his way through the field. He gets underneath the 34 of Spinks. There's contact made there in turn 4, and he manages to get the pass done. Meanwhile, Rob Wolfenden's gone to the front, but it's only momentarily, because here comes Stephen Cowsell in car number 5. Wolfenden now gives him the hurry along, and here comes Kurt Mccain in his first race. He's hit the front. Mccain in car 85. Well, this will be something to be able to tell his kids. Kurt Mccain hits the front in the 85. It's only his first meeting. First time out in the car tonight, and he's going to at least lead 1 lap. He's out in front. Mccain leading Wolfenden. Paul Spinks in car 34 is next. And then we go back to Bianca Kennedy, Ron Pocock, and Arden Marriott. We've lost Bryden Williamson car, who might have got tangled up with the 4 there of Stephen Cowsell. Mccain puts another lap down. This is a terrific drive, considering he was just jumping in the car tonight. Done a lot of work to get out there. Pretty excited by his debut. And the 85 leads down the back straight. Paul Spinks is in second spot. And then we go back to Rob Wolfenden in car number 69. Pocock, who won the first heat race, is back in 4th spot, but he's just about the main straight length away from the race leader as the laps tick by. 5th on the racetrack is Bianca Kennedy, and then we go back to Arden Marriott, and the 4 there of Stephen Cowsell having some problems, and will join Bryden Williamson on the infield by the looks. So a couple of these cars out already in the production sedans. Heat number 2, and it's Kurt Mccain in the 85. He leads out in front, drops down to the low line. Paul Spinks giving chase in car 34. Rob Wolfenden, 3rd place at the moment, but they can't match motors with the race leader as he comes into Pitts Bend and onto the main straight once again. And it'll be Mccain leading this one over Spinks. Then we go back to Wolfenden, Pocock, Kennedy, and Marriott. They're the 6 cars running at the moment in heat number 2. A little moment there for Mccain as he exited turn number 2. Spinks has been able to get a little bit closer, but the white flag will be out this time around. Spinks will have to really close the margin if he's going to try and get a last lap pass done. Kurt Mccain will sense a victory here in his first race meeting on debut tonight in car number 85. What a way it would be to celebrate getting into the Speedway ranks. And as I speak, Paul Spinks loops it. So Mccain down the back straight. He'll only have to complete these 2 corners without any trouble, and he'll come onto the main straight. Oh, a little moment there on the exit of turn number 4, but he's got a huge margin. And Kurt Mccain, put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, on debut, first night out in the car, and the 85 has rocketed to a win here in heat 2 of the production sedans.
Final, out of turn 4 they come, and this is the first final. It's the C main 1 of 2. The first 2 qualify, and Ben Ferris has already lost the lead and lost 2nd place as Gary Blee takes the lead as they move out of turn number 2 with Glenn Graham on the inside. Ferris is there in 3rd, and Claybrook is in 4th. Trent Claybrook They'll come up this time around with 10 laps to go in the first of the C mains, and only the first two go through. The rest of them go home. Back in third is Ferris. Fourth place is the 21 of Trent Claybrook. Matt Lowe is in fifth. Sixth place at this point is Brendan Fagan. Paul Joss is now starting to make his presence felt, and Joss has had a horrendous run in this title. Is flying around the outside. Can it stay together long enough as they move out of turn 3 and 4? The race leader is Glenn Graham. Second place is Ben Ferris. On the inside is the 21 of Trent Claybrook. Back to Gary Blee, and Paul Joss is the quickest car on track. He just can't find a way through at the moment on Claybrook, and also Gary Blee there in car number 12 as they run the back straight. Just the first two go through. We could have a runaway leader. We just got to watch for second place. Down the main straight, it's Graham. Ferris, he's under pressure, enormous pressure now, because here comes Paul Joss and the 21 of Trent Claybrook. Oh, one of the cars has gone up in a ball of smoke. Look at the smoke pluming out of that white car there. Oh, Ben Ferris, it's not going to make the main straight at this point in time. They come out of turn number 3 and 4. There is a smoke plume coming out of that 21. Gary Blee couldn't see and spun out. Megan Cheeseman just misses him, and the yellow lights come on. I don't know what that smoke tastes like over on the back straight, but you're getting a good dose of it. Joss is in third place, racing. Graham gets a good start. Ferris in the 32 car. I don't know what's left in the 32 car. It's got no smoke coming out of it. Had enough smoke to last a lifetime, but it's going okay at the moment. Graham, Ferris and Joss. Joss is out of the qualifying at the moment, but Joss comes up on the inside and moves into second place as Paul Joss has had a rotten title with engine dramas. Let's see if it can hold together for 7 more laps. Bit of a shandangle here at the back of the field. Devonshire involved, but everything's okay. The green lights remain on. And Paul Joss is out after Glenn Graham. Ferris in third place, and in fourth place at 21 of Trent Claybrook. That's where the qualifiers will come from, you'd suspect. Paul Joss, though, has 6 laps to go. Looks underneath of Glenn Graham. Graham's still the race leader. The quickest car on track, would you believe, is in 8th place, Matt Lowe, in car number 23. They run down the back straight once again. Our race leader comes out of 4. Glenn Graham just in front of Paul Joss. 5 laps to go in C main number 1. First time there's been 2 C mains in a state title as they run down the back straight. Paul Joss trying to stay on terms with the 53 of Glenn Graham. Claybrook isn't done with, and neither is Ferris. They run up the main straight into the sun here at Albany's Atwell Park, which is due to set at 7:21 tonight. So move down into turn number 1 and 2. Only 2 of these 4 will qualify with 3.5 laps left to go. Graham just in front. Paul Joss comes to the outside. Claybrook's got his hands full with Ferris. Paul Joss may have hit the front. Claybrook's coming like a steam train. They come into the main straight, but Paul Joss has hit the front with 3 laps remaining. Second place, Glenn Graham, and then Trent Claybrook. Back in fourth place is Ferris. Now Ferris has gone the doctor, or was about to anyway, on the outside of 21, but that move was negated as they run down the back straight once again. Our race leader is Paul Joss. Oh, Claybrook comes in and gives Graham a shunt in the back end, sends him offline. And he may lose second place. The 21 car of Claybrook's also got panels hanging off the side. White flag to come out next time around. Hold all tickets if Claybrook gets second. I can tell you that for nothing. And Paul Joss is slowing out in front. Maybe the mechanical dramas are coming back. He gets around the outside of Lance Beaver. Claybrook gets around the outside now on the 53 of Graham as they run up into turn 1 the final time. The inquiry flag was also out on that car in second place of Claybrook. They run down the back straight the final time, and Paul Joss looks like he might have done enough. Claybrook is storming home. Joss certainly not going all that quickly, but Paul Joss is going to win the first of the finals. C-main number 1 to Paul Joss. Second is Claybrook, but hold all tickets. Third place is Glenn Graham, then Ben Ferris, then back to Gary Blee, Megan Cheeseman, Brendan Fagan, Matt Lowe, and Paul Devonshire. No time for the race due to the stoppage, 1.423. And Trent Claybrook will not be the second place car. He's been relegated 2 spots for his pass there on Glenn Graham, and Graham will finish in second and will advance at the expense of Claybrook. Win is Paul Joss.
In support of the AVEG WA Street Stock title. Green and racing here in the main straight, and it was Blake Palmer who got the best of the starts. Brody Day away pretty quickly as well, and they're filing up behind Baxter Trouchet. Kane Della got around the outside. They're 2 and 3 wide here in turn number 2 and down the back straight for the first time in heat number 3. Palmer leads. Here comes Della threading his way through the field in car number 95. Oh, he makes contact with the 73 of Blake Palmer, and Della just bounces his way into the lead in car 95. Palmer second, then we go back to Day. Cooper up into fourth, then Berres, Earl, Baxter Trouchet, back to Herbert and Hammond at the tail. But as they go down into Pitts Bend and onto the main straight, it's all the 95. It only took him a lap to get to the front. And Kane Della is racing clear in the KC LD 95 machine. Leading over, well, it is Palmer, but Day and Cooper are banked up behind the 73 machine, looking for a way past. Oh, no, contact. Brody Day's spun and pointing in the wrong direction on the back straight in front of the Costas Steel Construction signage on the entry to turn number 3. And we'll have a yellow light here in the junior sedans. Heat number 3 for them tonight. Della to lead them away. He has been leading this field on a merry dance so far tonight. He's been in very, very good form. A couple of wins to his name already. Looking to make it 3. And they're away at the resumption of heat number 3 for the junior sedans. Palmer looking to fight back. Alicia Cooper's had a strong night in car 13 and is also there fighting for second and third spot. Berres and then back to Trouchet. Della clears out. He's about 3, 4, 5 car lengths in front, and it's gaining that margin as he comes into the main straight. Cooper putting lots of pressure on the back of the Palmer machine. Palmer under all sorts of bother at the moment. A little bit wide, a bit loose out of turn number 2, and has allowed Cooper to sneak right up the inside. But has regained Brody Day, puts it back in the 73 in second spot. Cooper fighting hard. Berres there, waiting for a mistake in fourth place. Della's absolutely cleared out and gone. The battle between Cooper and Palmer's a terrific one. The 13 pokes the nose up in front. Alicia Cooper up into the second place, so she's nabbed Brody Day. Day back to third place, and he fights back on the inside. There's a terrific battle between these two. Oh, contact there on the exit of turn number 4. Cooper Lee in second spot, ahead of Blake Palmer in the 73 machine. Harrison Berres next, then Trouchet, then back to Brody Day, who's trying to weave his way back through the field. But we go with a couple of laps to run. It is all Kane Della out in front. He's leading, having his own race out there as Alicia Cooper spears clear in second spot. Now Blake Palmer under a little bit of pressure from Harrison Berres in car 18. Trouchet and Day having a terrific battle as well. Further back in the field, then Earl, Herbert, and then we go back to Hammond. But out in front with the white flag is Kane Della in car 95. Down in the auto 1, turn 1, and into the back straight. He's leading by a big, big margin over Alicia Cooper. Blake Palmer, Harrison Berres. They're the top 4 with half a lap to run. Della, 3/4 track high in Pitts Bend. Comes into the main straight and 3 from 3 for Kane Della in the junior sedans. The 95 is a rocket ship at the moment. Alicia Cooper in second spot. Then we go back to Blake Palmer. Harrison Berres will hang on for 4th. Baxter Trouchet driving a nice race to get 5th ahead of Brody Day. Then Olivia Earl. And the final couple of cars will be Shatea Herbert and Jesse Production Sedans. Away and racing here in the main straight. And Williamson was eager to get in front of Mccain there into turn number 1. He went the low line. Mccain on the high line gets the upper hand as they go down the back straight past All Right Signs and Auto 1 and into Pitts Bend. And it's Kurt Mccain who leads heat number 3 from Bryden Williamson and Bianca Kennedy, the former junior sedan driver. She's up into third place. Ron Pocock, then Rob Wolfenden
Paul Spinks on the move in car 34. He disposes of Wolfenden only momentarily as Wolfenden fights back on the inside. He was just about up over the curb there in car 69, and then Arden Marriott at the tail. Here in Production Sedans, it's Kurt Mccain looking for a second win in his first ever race meeting here in the division. Bryden Williamson in second place, Bianca Kennedy in third, Ron Pocock in fourth place. He was the winner of heat number 1, but hasn't been able to replicate that form in the last couple of heat races. Oh, there goes Wolfie. Rob Wolfenden loops a 69 and manages to keep it going. A little donut there on the infield. Wolfie having plenty of fun in the Production Sedans. And now the battle up front has really started to heat up because Kurt McCain's got a battle on his hands. He's all out of shape there in the entry of turn number 1, and it's allowed Williamson up the inside, and here comes Bianca Kennedy as well. She wants a piece of the action. Williamson puts the 5 in front. He pokes the nose up in front and dispatches of Kurt McCain. McCain on the outside. Bianca Kennedy fighting on the inside as well. She's up in a second place. Here comes our lady racer, Bianca Kennedy, up the inside in the all-red 49. Now she's challenging Bryden Williamson in car number 5. McCain back to third place. Paul Spinks in the 34 is fourth. Then Ron Pocock. Throw a blanket over the first 5. It's pretty tight racing here in Production Sedans Division 2. Oh no, Kurt McCain. A little bit of contact on the back of the 49 car and sent it spiralling towards the concrete fence. We've remained green here at Atwell Park. Bryden Williamson still leading, McCain in second spot. And now we go back to the 34 machine of Paul Spink. Still green, McCain in the lead. Williamson's got a problem in the 5 car and starting to slow as well in Production Sedans. This is Division 2. McCain still out in front, white flag, 1 to run. Paul Spink in second place. Then we go back to Pocock. Williamson is called it in this heat race, and then back to Arden Marriott. Rob Wolfenden circling at the tail. McCain leading in car number 85. Spink doing his best to try and reel in the margin. The checkered flag drops. McCain takes a second win. Paul Spink in car 34 is second. Then the 46, and McCain has, looks like maybe made contact with the concrete wall, or maybe just saved it there post-race. And Wolfenden crosses the line. Arden Marriott next to cross the line, and that completes Production Sedans Division 2. The emergency services just making sure Bianca Kennedy's all right after that heavy collision in car number 49. So we'll check on that progress, and we'll probably hand back upstairs.
An interesting old race, that's for sure and certain. Plenty of action in that one. And the 49 car, Clifton. So we'll take the first 3 in this to make a full field in the B main. Away we go, 10 laps the journey. And 102 Mitchell Claybrook leads them down into turn number 1. On the outside is James Westerman. So move out of turn number 2 and down the back straight. In third place is Donna Vanzetti. They're 3 wide further back in the field. And Freddie Kinsella is fast out of noise. And Freddie Kinsella's title is over. He's on the grass in OUT out. It's anybody's race out in front. James Westerman goes up on the outside and takes the race lead as they move into turn 1 and 2. Claybrook on the inside. Whoops, trouble. We've lost a wheel. No, we haven't lost a wheel. We've got debris everywhere though. And this will surely bring on the yellows. The 81 car of Coleman was going sideways and was collected on the way through by the 25 of Penn, and we have ourselves a stoppage. Debris down there in turn number 2. James Westerman. Ferris and Coleman in the last transfer spot at the moment. James Westerman continues to lead this one with 5 laps to go as they come out of Pitts Bend and down the main straight. Westerman, Claybrook. And the final transfer spots between Ferris and Coleman, and back then to Perella in 5th position, and then back to Ryan Penn. So move down the back straight. Ferris is all over the place on the back straight. Coleman had nowhere to go. Ferris is going to stop the car, is he? The race continues for the moment. The green lights remain on. There's 4 to go. Ferris is still mobile over there. Now stops the car. He's out of harm's way. And it's Westerman and Claybrook. The yellow lights have come on. The yellows have come on. And we'll have ourselves a stoppage to the finish. That's the words he just told them. So we get steady or ready. And we're back underway. All three. Westerman still leading from Claybrook, Coleman, Perella, Penn and Ferris. Claybrook dives to the inside of Westerman as they run out of 2 and down the back straight here at Albany's Atwell Park. Westerman was the leader. Claybrook has hit the front as they come out of turn 3 and 4. Westerman should be able to sweep back around the outside. Well, he tries. He gets squeezed up in the fence. Claybrook now in front from Westerman. Coleman comes underneath, almost spins himself out. Perella is there with Coleman as well. The first 3 go through and there's 2.5 laps left in C main number 2. And you really don't know who's going to win this one at this point in time. Claybrook in 102 is the leader. Mitchell Claybrook from James Westerman. Coleman's now under pressure from Perella as they move down into turn number 1 and 2. Westerman coming back now, Mitchell Claybrook, as they run the back straight with 1.5 laps left to go. The white flag coming out as now Perella comes under Coleman for the final transfer spot. White flag is out for Claybrook. Back in second place it's Westerman, Coleman, Perella, Ferris and Ryan Penn. But this is going to go to the wire for third place. Perella comes underneath of Coleman. They run the back straight. Coleman's race is won, and all of a sudden Ferris is in the equation. He can see stars, can Ferris. That was a pretty bold move. They come out at turn number 4. Westerman wins. Claybrook's run out of noise. Ferris gets up for third. An amazing finish. Perella misses out. Ryan Penn and so too Lincoln Coleman. It's never over till it's over. And James Westerman is your winner. And Coleman ran out of noise on the last lap while in a transfer spot. Westerman wins by 2.106 from Mitch Claybrook and Jeremy Ferris. They'll be the ones advancing to B main number 2. James Westerman to come in for a quick chat, and straight after that, three cars to advance to the main race at 9:20, the A main, to start out of 17, 19 and 21. 20 cars, 20 laps, B main 1 in the AVEG Street Stock WA title for 2020-2021. Licklet and Daniel Amajuri get us underway with a perfect dispatch. As they move down the main straight, they're 4 wide behind them though, and the first challenge immediately coming from Jace Kempton, who makes it a row of 3, and Jace Kempton goes right round the outside and absolutely blows the doors off them. They move down into turn number 3, and there's going to be carnage here. There's been a tap. Amajuri goes sideways. He gets straightened up. The green lights remain on. It's chocolates to board lollies for Daniel Amajuri. He's back to about 7th place, but it's Jace Kempton out in front. Licklet in 2nd place, and 3rd place is Lenny Bates. They run the back straight. Back in 4th place is car number 1. The yellow lights have come on. We're going to pile up at the back. Yellow lights have come on. We've done 1. We've got 19 to go. It'll be an end and file restart. We're back underway in the B main 1. This is Chase Kempton out in front from Licklet in 2nd place. 3rd place is Steve Gartner, then Lenny Bates in 4th position. 5th position now Jack Favreau, who goes under Ben Norman. Norman fights back on the outside. And the first 7 or 8 cars have really got away from the rest of the field as they move out at turn number 4. Lenny Bates has run wide as they move into the main straight. Ben Norman also ran wide. Favreau moves to 5th. Further back behind Ben Norman, we've got Daniel Amajuri and then Jason Batchelor, Craig Clayton, and in 10th place is Jamie Goodwin as they run the back straight. So we've done 2. We've got 18 laps to go. Out in front, it's Jace Kempton doing a good job from Carnarvon. 2nd place is Phil Licklet from Collie. 3rd place from South Australia is Steve Gartner. From Newman is Lenny Bates in the 74. Jack Favreau from Manjimup is 5th. Josh Martinelli from Perth is 6th. So they've come from everywhere to be in this one. Down the back straight, our race leader is Jace Kempton. Licklet in second place under pressure from Steve Gartner. They're the three that will qualify at this stage, but a long way to go. 16 remain. Jack Favreau in 5th place, then Ben Norman. Josh Martinelli in 8th place is Daniel Amajuri. Jason Batchelor and Craig Clayton rounds out your 10. Down the back straight they go. Jace Kempton opening up a bit of a buffer. They move down into turn number 3. Licklet 2nd. 3rd place is Gartner. 4th place is Lenny Bates and 5th is Jack Favreau. And then back to Ben Norman. One car made a mistake there. Jason Batchelor, he might be rounded up by Craig Clayton. He is. That is for 9th and 10th place. As then we've got Cody Avens, Jamie Goodwin, Stephanie Amajuri. Further back, Linton Dickerson, Brighton Southwell, Brentley McGaffin, Paul Joss and Glenn Graham. Out of turn 4 they come. It's starting to hot up for the final transfer spots with 14 remaining. Jace Kempton is 2.5 seconds out in front. We've got 4 cars fighting for 2 spots. So it's not going to go in 13.5 laps time. Licklet still in 2nd place. Gartner 3rd, Favreau 4th, and Lenny Bates 5th. They're 3 across the track now. Licklet on the outside, Gartner in the middle, and Jack Favreau from Manjimup starting to get busy on the inside. And behind them is Lenny Bates. 13 laps remaining, and we're going to have a grandstand finish if this keeps up. They're going to be in heavy lap traffic soon as well. The passing flag will stay out probably for the rest of the race. Our race leader, Jace Kempton, has a dozen laps to go, but the action is here for this final transfer spot. Licklet, Gartner, Favreau and Lenny Bates for several laps have been like that. Then Ben Norman, Daniel Amajuri and Craig Clayton. Down the back straight goes our race leader. Licklet in 2nd place. 3rd place is Gartner. Favreau trying to stay on terms with him, and so too Lenny Bates, who come in pretty quickly on that occasion. 3 across the track once again. Favreau's gone into 3rd place. Only just from Steve Gartner. There was 0.02 of a second as they cross the line. Our race leader is in the back straight. Jace Kempton has a lap car between he and the chasing pack. Licklet still in 2nd place. He's on the outside. Jack Favreau has gone into 2nd place now. Licklet fights back on the outside. Gartner is there, and so too Lenny Bates. You throw Nana's tea towel over the 4 cars running 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th as they run out of turn number 2. Down the back straight, Favreau in 2nd place. Oh, we've got 4, 5, 6 cars going every which way but loose right underneath us. Jamie Goodwin is one. I think the other was Tim Matthews. I think I caught there at the corner of my eye here at the top of the main straight. And we've got 11 laps to go. We've got a humdinger of a race for the minor end of the prize. Jace Kempton was long gone. Hope you're enjoying the action. Jace Kempton was long gone. He was 2.5 seconds in front with lap traffic in front of the chasing pack. Here we go. Wait for the greens going clockwise if you're listening at home. If you're watching, you can see the action in front of you. It's a great old spectacle as they move down the main straight. Jace Kempton, your leader. Licklet in 2nd, then Favreau, who's on the charge. Jack Favreau started out of 8 as they run down the back straight. Coming to the outside like a steam train is Steve Gartner from South Australia. Behind him is Lenny Bates. They're throwing the cars in with reckless abandon. Daniel Amajuri has hit the fence over there and has stopped the car. The yellow lights will have to come on again. And we've got another stoppage coming up. The steward is going to wait until all the cars have crossed. That lap will count. And Daniel Amajuri hit the fence and has stopped the race at the halfway mark. 10 down and 10 to go. He now gets the car mobile. Second place will start out at 19 and 3rd will start out at position number 21. We'll have a 22 car field in the A main coming up at 20 past 9 tonight. Here we go with the restart, or around 20 past 9. Down the main straight, our race leader is Jace Kempton from Phil Licklet and then Jack Favreau. So we're back under green. Lenny Bates is there. And so too Stevie G. Stephen Gartner up behind Jack Favreau as they run the back straight this first lap back under green. Looking further back down the field, everyone seems to be A-OK as they come out of 3 and 4. One car is going to the infield at the very back in his OUT out. That's Jamie Goodwin, I think, in car number 9 it is. The race continues. Oh, Jack Favreau makes a hash at turn number 2. And he rejoins in 5th place at this point in time. As our race leader is Jace Kempton. The lap's ticking by. Licklet down low on the track. Gartner into third. Bates fourth. Favreau to try and fight back. He started out of 8. He got up to third. He's back in 5th now with 8 to run. Jace Kempton still out in front. I don't think they're going to have lap traffic to contend with in the concluding stages. Licklet in 2nd place. Here comes Lenny Bates under Stephen Gartner, and Jack Favreau coming back for another go as they move down the main straight back then to Norman in 6th, and 7th place is Craig Clayton. 8th place is Brindley McGaffin, and Jason Batchelor has problems. The left-hand wheel is not turning. It's all over the shop, and he can't steer that car properly. One car's got squashed on the outside trying to get past him, but Batchelor is trying to get that car off the track. The front left-hand wheel is all over the place. It's like a shopping trolley as it moves out of turn number 2. The race leader is Jace Kempton. He's gone via the Cape. Another one's gone here in the main straight. Glenn Graham goes around like a slalom course around the white tyre on the infield. Rejoins. Now we're going to have lap traffic down the main straight. It's the 55 of Kempton. Gartner's gone into 2nd place around the outside of Licklet. Licklet down low on the racetrack. The car got the inquiry flag that time around as well. As they move down, we've got the yellows on again. This time it's the 63 car that's gone, Brighton Southwell. It's all happening in the concluding stages. The timing monitor showing 15 down and 5 to go, as Southwell got himself out of shape down in 3 and 4, B-Main 2. 5 laps remain. Jace Kempton has effectively led the entire race. Licklet in 2nd, Favreau, Lenny Bates. Ben Norman is 5th, Craig Clayton, Brindley McGaffin. Then Josh Martinelli. This is B-Main 1, which has had plenty of drama. We're back underway. And Kempton continues to lead. Licklet, Favreau, Bates and Ben Norman. Up into pits pen they go. Will that be the last stoppage? Who knows? Kempton again gets away. Got plenty of car speed. Kempton in 55. Here comes a challenge. Ben Norman straight into the side of Lenny Bates, putting 18 of Jack Favreau in the fence. And it's really, really getting untidy. Ben Norman came in at a rate of knots. Almost a day late and $1 short with that move. And then the bonnet's gone on another car. No, the bonnet's gone on 74, has lost the bonnet. Lenny Bates will be out, has lost the bonnet, so he'll be disqualified. It is all happening in the concluding stages. The 74 car will be black flagged for losing the bonnet here in the main straight. So Lenny Bates, who is in 4th place, will be out. There's no good arguing over that one. Here's OUT out. Jack Favreau, feel sorry for Jack. That car, it has restarted. I didn't think it was going to. He's been bashed from pillar to post. And he is out anyway. That is rotten luck for Jack Favreau. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars. We've half the field have gone from this one. Back underway. Out in front, the 55 car of Jace Kempton continues to keep his nose clean out in front from Licklet. 3rd place is that of Craig Clayton as they run the back straight. Licklet is staying with Kempton this time. Down into turn number 3, the highway end. Licklet dives to the inside and has hit the front. They come out of turn 4 on the outside. Kempton sweeps back and gets the lead. Kempton just in front from Licklet. Craig Clayton is in 3rd place. So run out. No, he's not in 3rd place. Now Brindley McGaffin, I think, has hit 3rd. So run down the back straight. Brindley McGaffin has come from way back. He started out of position number 16. They move into the main straight. Licklet on the inside, Kempton the outside. McGaffin from row number 8 finds himself in third place and in a transfer spot. Only a couple laps to go, 2.5 remain. Kempton just in front. Second place is Licklet. McGaffin third, back to Craig Clayton in fourth, and then back to Linton Dickerson. Out of turn 4, the white and checkered flag to come. Craig Clayton spins in front of Linton Dickerson. They've all missed him. Clayton keeps the car mobile. The green lights remain on. The first 3 seem home and hose. Just in what order? Kempton out in front. Second place Licklet. Back then to McGaffin in third. Dickerson is a mile back in fourth place. These 3 only have to keep it straight for one more lap. Chase Kempton has led from the get-go. It has taken nearly half an hour to get to this point. Second place is Licklet, McGaffin third. Back then to Linton Dickerson. Stephanie Amajuri is in fifth, and then Josh Martinelli. They run the back straight the final time. Dickerson's in trouble in fourth. It's going to be Stephanie Amajuri might finish fourth. Here's the finish coming up. It's going to be a win to Kempton. Licklet second and third McGaffin. The rest of them are going to go home. Stephanie Amajuri is fourth. Fifth place is Josh Martinelli. Sixth will go to Dylan Williams. Then we've got Linton Dickerson, Tim Matthews, and then Glenn Graham. They are all that finished a dramatic B main 1. There's another one of those still to come. Put your hands together for Chase Kempton, for Phil Licklet, and Brindley McGaffin. They're the 3 that are going to advance to the A main a little bit later on.
So far tonight, very clean. All 9 cars that have started are out there, which is also a good thing. And no doubt ready to get into this feature race. 10 laps on the board. The green flag awaits. This is the Junior Sedan feature at Albany's Atwell Park Speedway. Away and racing. And it was Della who just slung himself straight to the race lead. And Cooper immediately under a bit of pressure from Blake Palmer. Palmer in third spot. Day already up into fourth. A little bit of a fight with Harrison Barris for fourth and fifth position. But it's Della who streaks ahead in car 95. Straight out into the lead. Alicia Cooper trying to give chase in the 13 machine. She tries to hunt down the race leader, who's undefeated so far tonight, 3 heat wins. And now looking to try and take out the 10-lap final. Cooper in second spot. Palmer, then Brody Day, Harrison Barris. They're the top 5. Go back to Olivia Earle, Baxter Trouchet, Shatea Herbert and Jessie Hammond. Out in front, it is all the 95. A little bit of the boot of the car flapping around on the back of the 95 at the moment, but it's not stopping him because he's circulating very strongly. Alicia Cooper still in second place. Day in third, but the margin, Palmer in third. Day starting to close the margin as we speak. He's outside of the 73 machine. Just had to balk there as Palmer came back up on the racetrack. That looks like the battle at the moment between the 2 cars for third and fourth. Barris back there in fifth place, the Albany driver. Then we go back to Olivia Earle, Baxter Trouchet, Shatea Herbert and Jessie Hammond. Hammond now a lap down after Kane Della zips past in the 95 entry. Undefeated so far and looking to make it 4 from 4. This is the 10-lap final for Junior Sedans here in Albany as part of the AVEG WA Street Stock title. Cooper a clear third ahead of Palmer, who's been able to just hold off the advances of Brody Day so far. Day all over the back of the Palmer machine, and now a little moment there for Palmer on the pits bend, and that's allowed Day to get a little bit closer as he takes closer order in number 8, the 2 yellow cars right there together. Then we go back to Barris in fifth place in car number 18. Della into the main straight and up down in the Junior Sedan final. The 95 just zipping around at a really good rate of knots. Alicia Cooper in second place. Then Blake Palmer and Brody Day. And they're just nose to tail, Palmer and Day at the moment. In third and fourth, but still Palmer holding the advantage over the 8 machine. So Palmer third, Day fourth, Back to Berers, Earl, Trouchet. And we've got a yellow light for a spinning Shatea Herbert. The 44 machine has spun in turn number 2. Forest Windscreen's entry, another one of the Albany drivers.
Race has been declared, Cam. Race has been declared.
Race has been declared as I hear Jace has off the front. Green and away. Production sedan final time, and it's Pocock who shoots straight to the lead in car number 46. Spink in second place. Brodden Williamson running in third at the moment. Then we go back to Rob Wolfenden, the veteran, in car number 69. And Arden Marriott at the tail. And Pocock has had a spin in car number 46. Going to try and keep the car going. Yeah, great job. He has. Green lights have stayed on, so we remain racing. Pocock is a long, long last at the moment. And Paul Spinks in front in car 34. Brodden Williamson giving chase. Rob Wolfenden there in third. There's not much between the top 3 at the moment. Arden Marriott next, and then a long way back to Pocock, who has spun there in the first lap. This is Production Sedan's final time here for them at Albany's Atwell Park. And it's the 34 of Paul Spinks out in front, doing a really great job at the moment in the green and black machine. Brodden Williamson, a young driver, in second place, and then Rob Wolfenden in third, who's done a lot of laps around Albany's venue at the moment. Races the regular Production Sedan division, and doing his best to make the field up here as he tries to fight the 69 machine there in turns 1 and 2. Down the back straight, still Spinks leading this one. Williamson in second, no change to the top 3. Arden Marriott is there in 4th place, and then we go back to Pocock. Oh, Brodden Williamson, a big moment right in front of Rob Wolfenden, who did a really great job to get around the spun car, and Wolfenden up into second place. Williamson back into third. He had a huge moment, but has luckily been able to escape, no damage, and kept going. Spink out in front in car 34, and he's a big gap back to Rob Wolfenden in the 69 machine, and then we go back to the 5 of Brodden Williamson. Arden Marriott next. And the white flag out this time around for the race leader. He's got 1 circuit of Atwell Park to go. This is a feature race for Production Sedans. Williamson fighting the car on the exit of turn number 4 in the main straight. He will get the white flag. But down the back straight, it is Paul Spinks in the 34, doing a really fine job. Put your hands together for the Production Sedan feature winner tonight. Paul Spinks wins in by a big margin in the end over Rob Wolfenden, the veteran.
Here we go. All about set to go with the second final. The B main 2 is underway. Shane Wild leads them down the main straight from Lockie Della. They're 3 wide behind him as one car's gone in awfully heavy. Very lucky to straighten it out. Wild got crossed up while in the lead and has lost the lead to Lockie Della. There's one car that's gone around at the back of the field. The yellow lights have come on. It was a rather hairy start, and there's trouble under yellow down the other end here with the 99 of Bridges riding up over the back of the 3 of Gavin Minty. This time around, B main 2. Standing room only over in the pits, watching this as they come up to the pit corner. Everyone watching this, which 3 will advance? Shane Wild leads them to the green lights. We're back underway. Dell on the outside. They're in rows of 2 down into turn number 1. Diving to the inside is Mark Jennings. They're 3 wide for the lead as they run down the back straight. And is it Stevie O'Dowd who's made the big move up on the outside of Wild as Della has taken the lead? They are 3-4 wide. Oh my goodness gracious, Della has gone right across the field and is going to cause a calamity. There is cars everywhere with the leader spinning in front of the entire field. Most of them have got away with it. Shane Wild, I think, might have some damage. Definitely Kyron Bridges does. He's missing the whole front of his car in the 99. Definitely has lost the entire bumper. And there's 2 other cars further back who had absolutely nowhere to go. The mathematical odds of making the A main have just got better for every driver out there. Shane Wild and Stevie O'Dowd. A driver from Manjimup and a driver from Karratha are on the front row. We're back under green for the 3rd time. And Jennings got underneath of Minty and 1-1-0 as they go down into turn number 1. That's Blee on the outside. Stevie O'Dowd has taken the lead. And they're every which way but loose. I've got no conviction whatsoever we're going to get through this lap either. They're 4 wide further back, and there's a couple of shunts in the back end to go with it, but somehow they are. Oh, no, they're not. Another one's gone. That's the 55 of White. The race continues. He did a 360 with Pike, and the 55 car of Kevin White was able to keep the car mobile, and the race now maybe can settle down. It's O'Dowd out in front from Clayton Blee. 3rd is Shane Wild. On the back end of him is the 21 of Mark Jennings. And underneath of him is the 89 of Carl Pickersgill. That's the first 5. Kyron Bridges is next. Then Andrew Tregoning in 26. Gavin Minty back in 8th place. 9th place is that of Daniel Stanley. And then Gordon White rounds out to top 10. The race leader has gone almost into the crowd. He went that wide. That's the 19 of Stevie O'Dowd. He was well and truly off the racetrack almost. Only the fence saved him, and that has put Clayton Blee to the lead. We know he's got plenty of speed. On the inside now, Stevie O'Dowd comes car number 2 of Shane Wild. Mark Jennings in 4th place. 5th place at this point in time is still that of Carl Pickersgill. 6th place is 99 of Kyron Bridges. Laps slowly ticking by. 4 down and 16 to go in what has turned out to be a dramatic old B main with 3 false starts. Before we got to this point, maybe we'll go the entire race from here on in. Clayton Blee leads at the quarter of the way mark. 5 down and 15 to go. 2nd place is Stevie O'Dowd. Then in 3rd place, car number 2, driven by Shane Wild from Manjimup. Mark Jennings is 4th. 5th place is Carl Pickersgill. Then back to Kyron Bridges. Andrew Tregoning is next as the 55 of Kevin White becomes retiree number 4. Another lap put together by our race leader Clayton Blee. Shane Wild comes to the inside now on Stevie O'Dowd. O'Dowd and Wild fighting for 2nd place. And the wily old veteran from South Australia and Mark Jennings right behind them, along with Carl Pickersgill. The rest of them are a long way back. Unless there's a stoppage, I don't give them any chance whatsoever of qualifying. Clayton Blee out in front. O'Dowd still in 2nd place. Right behind him is Wild, Jennings and Pickersgill. The chasing pack after that is headed by Kyron Bridges, Andrew Tregoning, Gavin Minty. Daniel Stanley is there along with Todd Barrett and Travis Moynihan in the 33 car. Behind them looks like Gordon White and James Westerman. Down the main straight, our race leader is a long way in front. He's 3.9 seconds ahead of Stevie O'Dowd. Right there with him is the 2 car of Shane Wild and Mark Jennings and Carl Pickersgill as car number 2 of Marty Kelly becomes retiree number 5. Out of turn 4, the leader spins. The leader has made a hash of turn number 4. Clayton Blee will come back to the field. Down the main straight, the margin is back to 2 seconds. It's still O'Dowd in 2nd place. 3rd place is that of Shane Wild. O'Dowd makes a mistake out of 2. Wild goes to 2nd. O'Dowd back to 3rd. He's now under pressure from Mark Jennings. We've made the halfway mark. We've done 10 laps. No, we're going to have a yellow. We've got a car that has stopped over on turn number 2 and has brought on the yellows, and that would have to be 102 Mitch Claybrook. Another one has gone at the other end, Travis Moynihan. So 11 laps to go when this one gets underway. So we did 9 laps under green. Clayton Blee, he had a 4-second lead. It was halved when he made a mistake out of 4. He'll have nightmares about turn 4. He led last night. They're the ones that will transfer at this point in time. Here we go with the restart. Back underway. The green lights are on. The green flag waves. And it is Clayton Blee, your race leader from Stevie O'Dowd. And Shane Wild diving to the inside is Mark Jennings in the 21 car. Carl Pickerskill and Kyron Bridges run side by side for 5th and 6th. And behind them is Andrew Tregonning as again Mark Jennings dives to the inside of Shane Wild and takes 3rd place. He now moves to the outside. Wild will try the inside. No, couldn't quite get there. So Jennings has advanced into the 3rd and final transfer spot. Wild to try and fight back. Pickerskill's there with Bridges and Tregonning. So run the back straight. Oh, great car speed out at turn number 2 by Shane Wild. It's on in earnest for the final transfer spot. They're 3 wide now. And into the main straight. Jennings goes to 3rd because Wild has gone from 4th to 2nd. And Stevie O'Dowd has gone from 2nd to 4th, if all that makes sense. He might go to 5th now, Stevie O'Dowd, because around the outside comes Carl Pickerskill. Andrew Tregonning was a little bit crossed up out of 2. He goes back another spot. They're side by side out of turn number 4 for 2nd place. Jennings has gone to 2nd, Wild to 3rd. O'Dowd's back to 4th as Carl Pickerskill looks like he's out of noise as they run out of turn number 2 once again. So Pickerskill will be OUT out. And we'll keep an eye on him to see if he can get off the track safely as they run into the back straight. Clayton Blee keeping them interested out in front. Jennings in 2nd place. And 3rd place is Shane Wild. They're the 3 that'll qualify at this point in time with 7 to go. 4th place is Stevie O'Dowd, and then back to Kyron Bridges, Andrew Tregonning and Daniel Stanley. They're running 2 and 3 wide for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th place. Make that even 8th and 9th at this point in time. They're in rows of 2 at the moment as they come out of 4 with half a dozen to go. Blee, Jennings and Wild are clear. Oops! Big crash. 1-2 cars involved. Stevie O'Dowd has hit the fence pretty heavily, and another car has hit even harder up against the fence. That's Andrew Tregonning. I'd ask you to remain behind the safety fence down there, please. Andrew Tregonning and Stevie O'Dowd have hit the wall pretty heavily here at the top of the main straight. And there's going to be a delay here while we sort this one out. A bit of a... Yellow lights go out, 7 remain. Coming up after this will be the medallion presentation, the A-main, and then the trophy presentation to wind out the state title, courtesy of AVEG, as we get ourselves back underway. 7 laps remain in B-main number 2. Blee leads Jennings down into turn number 1. 3rd place is Shane Wild, and trying to get underneath of Shane Wild in 4th place was that of Daniel Stanley. Gavin Minty there in 5th place, and then back to Moynihan as they come out of 4 with half a dozen laps to go. Down the main straight, Blee leads Jennings, 3rd place Wild, Stanley, Moynihan, then back to Minty in 6th place. The 7th place car at this point in time is Todd Barrett from Esperance. Then Gordon Wyatt, James Westerman from the C-Main is up into 9th. Yes, he is in 9th. And then Chris Van Zetti in 10th. 5 remaining. And look at this. It is a 12-wheel motor car out in front. There's no room between 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Daniel Stanley trying to stay with them. Moynihan has gone back through the field. He's now dead last after making a mistake in 4. Out of 4 they'll come this time around. Mark Jennings has a look on the inside at Clayton Blee, and so too does Shane Wild. You can throw Nana's T-tail back over the first 3 as they go down into turn 1 and 2. Clayton Blee starting to work very hard behind the steering wheel, and Mark Jennings pounces on the outside and takes the lead. Blee to fight back on the inside, and Shane Wild almost went into the pits. He went very wide down in turn number 4. 3 to go, and these 3 are clear. Stanley in 4th place. Oh, look out. Claybrook, not for the first time, not for the second, not even for the 3rd, but about the 4th time has spun out in one of the mains. And he has not moved quick enough, and the yellows have had to come on again. And we've got another stoppage. He has got more lives than a cat at the moment, as Mitch Claybrook. because he's been missed numerous times, and he'll get another start. But the steward got him. Jennings, Blee, Wild and Stanley back into the equation. It is a 3-lap run to the judge, and like B Main 1, we've got nearly half the field on the infield. Away we go again with 3 to go. Mark Jennings puts the foot down. We're away. Second place is Blee. Third place is Wild. Daniel Stanley missed the start a wee bit. He's back in fourth. Then we've got Gavin Minty in fifth. Sixth place is Todd Barrett in the 46 car, and then Gordon White and James Westerman. Another one's gone over in the back straight, but he's A-OK, and the race continues. That's Anthony Perella. 2 laps remaining here in B Main number 2, which has been just as eventful as B Main number 1. It's Jennings, Blee and Wild. Stanley in fourth. Back in fifth is Minty. Barrett in sixth place. This one here's got a flat tyre. Kyron Bridges, he's OUT out as well. Out of 4 they come. 1 lap to go. The white flag on display, and Mark Jennings looks like he's home and hosed. Second place is Clayton Blee, and third place is Shane Wild. They should transfer these 3. Oh, as I say that, Clayton Blee hits the fence. He hits the fence, catches on fire. It's all happening. The fire puts itself out. He's going to finish well back down the field. The checkered flag comes out. Third place is going to be up for dispute because they're stuck together. First goes to Jennings. Second place goes to Shane Wild and Daniel Stanley third. Gavin Minty misses out. Todd Barrett, Gordon Wyatt, James Westerman. Then back to Chris Vanzetti, Travis Moynihan, Damon Thompson, Clayton Blee. On the last lap, hits the fence. The car momentarily caught on fire and put itself out. And he finishes second last, and not for the first time this weekend. Clayton Blee has had some rotten luck on the last lap. Mark Jennings wins though. Shane Wild second and Daniel Stanley third. The numbers... All cars are fired up. Some of them don't look all that pristine. A couple of second hand. We're missing a bumper. We're missing the side of a car. But we've got 22 cars out on track for the state title final here at Albany's Atwell Park. They're coming around 4 wide. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, up on your feet. Put your hands together for our state title finalists for 2020-21. Make plenty of noise as they come around this time, ladies and gentlemen. 4 wide in the state title. So here we go. All about set for a start. The A main, the 22 that have made it all the way through the weekend out of 79 starters. It gets down to this. 40 laps the journey. Enjoy the call, enjoy the race. We're underway in the state title final with Anthony Bear on the outside, taking the lead as they cross the line from Hayden Norman. Back to Damon Lyle in third place as they're 4 wide across the track. Anthony Bear has hit the fence and Damon Lyle has hit the front as they run down the back straight the first time. Hayden Norman in second place. Bear goes back to third. Jack Barnwell's on the inside as they come out of turn number 4 the first time. Down the main straight, Damon Lyle leads. 1 down and 39 to go. It's back in second place. It's car number 6 of Hayden Norman. Anthony Bear again brushes the wall up there in turn 2. Jake Hoth goes back to 5th place as Jack Barnwell is there in 4th place. It's been set at a cracking pace at the moment. They come out of turn 3 and 4. Damon Lyle just in front of Hayden Norman, Anthony Bear and Jack Barnwell. Peter Herbert goes sideways here in the main straight. Paul Briggs goes between 2 cars. On the outside of him is car number 7 of Michael Hammond. Hoth in 5th, Herbert 6th. Hammond comes around the outside. On the inside comes Jamie Oldfield. Paul Briggs goes back to 9th. They come out of turn number 4. Very, very close for the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and even 10th place at the moment. Down the main straight, our leader spins. He spins while in front. Damon Lyle, look out. The yellow lights have come on. They've all missed him. He's thrown it in reverse and driving away from the field. Damon Lyle has spun while leading the state title final. And you don't need that. He's gone from chocolates to boiled lollies. And Damon Lyle will go from 1st to 22nd. He had the presence of mind to throw it in reverse and keep on going. Heartbreak for Damon Lyle. He had just set the quick lap of the race at 20.145. Hayden Norman, the 2018 winner, leading a 4th time. WA title holder who last won it in 2017. The 2019 winner, Jack Barnwell, is in 3rd. The 1 car of Jamie Oldfield is in 6th place. He has already made up 3 spots in 3 laps. We are back underway. The green light is on. The green flag is displayed. And Hayden Norman is now the one they've got to chase. And Jack Barnwell immediately tries to go underneath of Anthony Bear, who immediately tries to go underneath of Hayden Norman. The yellow lights have come. No, the green lights are on. They move down into turn number 3 and 4. I thought the yellows momentarily had come on. We've got a car that's spun over there on turn 2. Gets back going again. That's Paul Bowman. But it's Norman out in front. Second place is that of Anthony Bear. Barnwell's right there. So too Jake Hoth and Jamie Oldfield's up to 5th place. Peter Herbert in 6th. It's a very hotly contested race. And Michael Hammond is going like a steam train in car number 7. They come out of turn number 4. 3 across the track for the lead. Anthony Bear in the middle of Hayden Norman and Jack Barnwell. Jamie Oldfield in car 1. He's up in 4th place now. He's going to come up on the outside of them. They're 3 wide across the track out of turn number 2 for the lead. Hayden Norman in front. The 1 car is absolutely flying. Anthony Bear again comes under Hayden Norman. Bear has hit the front. I've said that many times over the years. Hayden Norman fights back. There is 3 cars now fighting the lead. And Jamie Oldfield is now in 3rd place. Barnwell back to 4th. Hoth is 5th, and in 6th place is the 44 car of Peter Herbert. 4 of them locked together up into the top turn number 3. Hayden Norman won't go away. He's still the race leader. On the inside, Anthony Bear, and on the outside is Jamie Oldfield. Jack Barnwell back there in 4th place. Jake Hoth in 5th place. They're 3 across the track behind Hayden Norman as Michael Hammond has either made a mistake or is in trouble in car number 7, and he's going back through the field, and I think he's going to be out. The yellow lights have come on. We've got Ethan Geneve stranded here in the main straight, and we've got a stoppage as this race has really intensified, and we've done 7 and have 33 to go. Paul Briggs comes into the inquiry bay. Didn't see what happened to Ethan Geneve. Jace Kempton's coming in as well. Michael Hammond in car number 7 was involved, I think. I'm just trying to work out where they were on the racetrack when that actually happened. If Jamie Oldfield, who's come from 9 to 3 in 6 laps. Jack Barnwell is 4th. Jake Hoth 5th. Peter Herbert. Paul Briggs. Behind Paul Briggs is Jace Kempton, David Fall, Wayne Thompson. Tim Coxell is next in the 28. Then Mark Jennings is up to 13th place. He's made up plenty of ground as well from position number 18. Bradley Roberts, Dave Watson, Brindley McGaffin is next. Shane Wild, Damon Lyle, Phil Licklet, Daniel Stanley and Paul Bowman. Down the main straight, the green lights are back on, and Hayden Norman leads them as they move into turn number 1. Anthony Bear is there. So too is Jamie Oldfield and Jack Barnwell. Jake Hoth in 5th place as Anthony Bear gives Hayden Norman a touch on the back end, and the 1 car comes underneath of Anthony Bear. There is only 0.147 of a second separating the first 3 as they cross the line. Anthony Bear to come up on the outside of Hayden Norman, who's under enormous pressure. The 5-time national champion and the 2-time national champion behind a 1-time state champion of Hayden Norman. They're 3 across the track, and Anthony Bear has hit the front on the outside. Hayden Norman in the middle. Jamie Oldfield comes underneath. He goes into 2nd place. Hayden Norman's gone from 1st to 3rd. They go down the back straight. Anthony Bear in front. Back in 2nd place, it's Jamie Oldfield and then Hayden Norman. Back then to Jack Barnwell in 4th. Jake Hoth is 5th. Then Peter Herbert, Paul Briggs and Jace Kempton. That's the first 7 or 8. Anthony Bear out in front, running right up near the wall. So too Jamie Oldfield and Hayden Norman. Down low on the track is the 16 car of Jack Barnwell. 5th place is Jake Hoth in car number 29, then Peter Herbert. Back behind Peter Herbert, it looks like it's Paul Briggs, Jace Kempton and David Fall. A gap back then to Wayne Thompson and Mark Jennings. Cross the line they come. There's 2 car lengths in it between Anthony Bear and the 1 car of Jamie Oldfield. They run the back straight. There's 30 laps to go in the state title final. Anthony Bear by 2 car lengths or 0.5 of a second. Back in 3rd place, it's car number 7. We've got a pile up. 2 cars around, and Damon Lyle, I think this time, will be out of the race. He has clobbered the car that was there on the inside that is stranded. I'm trying to work out who that is. I think it might be Dave Watson. No, it's not Dave Watson. He's coming out of 4. But Damon Lyle had nowhere to go, and we've got another stoppage with 10 down. So Damon Lyle's car. So we need the tilt tray. Sorry, not the tilt tray, but the lift to get that other car up and off the track. It's taken a heavy hit. And Damon Lyle, meanwhile, stand by for a restart. Anthony Bear to lead Jamie Oldfield and Hayden Norman around to the green lights. Away we go. Back underway as they move down into turn number 1, and Jamie Oldfield has not allowed Anthony Bear to get away. In fact, he sneaks underneath, and again Anthony Bear hits the fence down there. Barnwell goes into 2nd place as they move down the back, and Jamie Oldfield is in front. Unbelievable. Here comes Jack Barnwell. So we've got Barnwell, the 2019 winner, the 2020 winner, and the 2017 winner running 1, 2 and 3, and the 2018 winner is in 4th. So the last 4 champions are running 1, 2, 3 and 4. Bear comes again. Jamie Oldfield just in front. Barnwell comes underneath of both Anthony Bear and Jamie Oldfield momentarily hit the front. Down the main straight they come. It is Bear. Barnwell back in 3rd place is Bear again hitting the fence up there. Back in 4th place is Hayden Norman. Jake Hoth is in 5th place. 6th place is that of Paul Briggs, and behind Paul Briggs is Jace Kempton. But our race leader is Jamie Oldfield. Barnwell, Bear, Norman. Back to Hoth in 5th place. Paul Briggs is there. Jace Kempton is in 7th place, and Peter Herbert is 8th, David Fall, and then Mark Jennings. That's the top 10. Jack Barnwell won't go away. Remember 2 years ago at Collie, Barnwell beat Oldfield by a bumper bar at Collie, but this time it's Oldfield out in front looking to defend his title. It's not easy to defend. The last one to do it was Jamie Oldfield's brother Jason in 2015-16. It doesn't get done all that often. Anthony Bear did it in 2009, 2010. But Jamie Oldfield has 25 laps to go, and the 1 car is running on rails. Barnwell in 2nd place, Bear 3rd. Hayden Norman is in 4th place. Paul Briggs is up there in 5th. Kempton 6th. Jake Host has gone back to 7th place. Oh, there's trouble there for the 55 car, and Wayne Thompson spins. He throws it in reverse, gets out of harm's way. The green lights remain on. Chase Kempton is out, and Thompson goes back to last as they move down the main straight. 24 to go for Jamie Oldfield. Running up near the fence, down low on the track is Barnwell. They've got away then. Back in third place is the 46 car of Anthony Bear. Fourth place is Hayden Norman in car number 6, and Paul Briggs has been consistent all weekend. He's in 5th place. 6th place is Jake Hoth doing a tremendous job, and back then in 7th is Peter Herbert. 23 laps remain, and Jamie Oldfield is doing a great job out in front. 2nd place is Jack Barnwell trying to stay with him, but at this stage it looks like a forlorn hope. Back in 3rd is Anthony Bear, who's another 1.6 seconds behind. He has his hands full with Hayden Norman, and Paul Briggs is right in that group of cars. Paul Briggs looking to come underneath of Hayden Norman. This is for 4th place and the final spot on the podium. Still a long way to go. We're nearing the halfway mark. Back in 6th place is Jake Hoth, and then back to Paul Bowman. Mark Jennings is 8th. 9th place is that of David Fall, and then Dave Watson. Our race leader is down here in turn number 1. Here's well clear. He's up behind Wayne Thompson. 2nd place is Jack Barnwell. 3rd place is that of the 46 of Anthony Bear. Another one retires. Mark Jennings in a spectacular fashion here in the front straight. Throws it sideways, and he's OUT out. And he was in 10th place at the time. Passing flag coming out as our race leader comes up behind Wayne Thompson and Phil Nicollet. This might be the chance that Jack Barnwell needs as we pass the halfway mark. Back in 3rd place, Anthony Bear is 3 seconds behind our race leader. Back then to Hayden Norman, who's under pressure from Paul Briggs, as now Hayden Norman comes up on the back end of Anthony Bear. In fact, dives under Bear and might have gone back into 3rd place. Our leader crosses the line. We're past the halfway mark. If it rains here in Albany, which it possibly could do at any point of the time, day or night, we will have ourselves a winner, because we're past the halfway mark in this state title final, which has been well and truly controlled by Jamie Oldfield. 18 laps to go. He goes underneath of one. He comes up on the outside of a couple of more. Nicollet and Stanley are those drivers. Wayne Thompson is there as well. There's 3 lap cars between he and Jack Barnwell. Back in 3rd place, it's Anthony Bear. Right there with Anthony Bear is Hayden Norman, and also Paul Briggs running 3rd, 4th and 5th. Not far behind them is Jake Hoth in 6th, and then Peter Herbert in 7th. Our leader comes back with us once again. He comes through underneath of Daniel Stanley. Dave Watson retires onto the grass. His aerodynamically challenged car has come to an end here in the state title final. There's 4 cars between the leader and Jack Barnwell doing the chasing. Oh, Paul Briggs hits the fence over on turn 2. Cousin Paul hits the fence and goes back 1-2 spots at this point in time. Goes behind Jake Hoth and also Peter Herbert, and now also David Fall, and I think Paul Briggs' race might be run as he comes into the main straight. He limps into the main straight with damage to the front end, and Paul Briggs is out with a flat tyre. So Paul Briggs is out. Another one goes as well on the infield on the back straight, so they're falling like flies. Another one is on the infield. That's Peter Herbert. Our race leader is car number 1, Jamie Oldfield. No lap cars between he and the 2nd place car of Jack Barnwell. 15 laps to go. Back to Anthony Bear in 3rd place, who's still got his hands full with Hayden Norman. Though Hayden Norman's dropped off a wee bit. Jake Hoth is 5th. Back in 6th is David Fall. Down the main straight. Another lap put together by the West Australian champion. 2nd place is Jack Barnwell. Then there's a lap car of Phil Nicollet. 3rd place is Anthony Bear. 4th place is the 6th of Hayden Norman. And Jake Hoth is in 5th. David Fall, Peter Herbert. Paul Bowman is 8th. Damon Lyle is up to 9th. Shane Wilde is 10th. Back then to Brindley McGaffin, Phil Nicollet, Wayne Thompson and Daniel Stanley is the 14th and final car left on the racetrack. Jamie Oldfield goes past car number 2. Shane Wilde puts him a lap down as they run down into the back straight. There's the length of the back straight between 1st and 2nd. There are a dozen laps left in the state title final as Jamie Oldfield comes up now to lap Brindley McGaffin down into to pub corner. But McGaffin half track high. Jamie Oldfield bounces around the outside of him. Oh, the 16 car rides the wall there, does Jack Barnwell, and that allows Anthony Bear to close the gap significantly. Into the main straight, 11 to go for the West Australian champion, Jamie Oldfield. He won this event way back in 2005. He won it again in 2014 and 2020, and he looks like he's going to defend it at this rate. He is well clear. Anthony Bear is up on 2 wheels. He's hit the fence again over there on turn number 2. Down the back straight, the yellows have come on. The yellows have come on. Damon Lyle has spun at the top of the main straight. Oh, and you need that like a chocolate fire guard, that's for sure and certain at this point of the race. And we've got ourselves a restart. So it's not over yet, 11 to go. Jamie Oldfield will be the leader. He had a 4-second lead over Jack Barnwell, who had a 1-second advantage over Anthony Bear, who had a 3-second lead over Hayden Norman. And all of a sudden, all of that amounts to naught. I don't think they will catch lap traffic before this is over. With the cars that are remaining on track, I don't think lap traffic will be an issue. It's going to come down to car speed and passing in the concluding stages, where turn 1 and 2, where there's a heavy amount of dirt right up against the wall, is where they're being caught out. Here comes the restart. We're homeward bound. Oldfield puts the foot down. We're back underway with 11 laps to go in the state title final at Atwell Park. And Jamie Oldfield leads from Jack Barnwell. Anthony Bear is under pressure immediately from the 6th of Hayden Norman. Hoth is under pressure from David Fall. They run the back straight the first time, and Barnwell dives to the inside of Jamie Oldfield. Has he hit the front? Down the main straight, 10 to go. It is Oldfield, Barnwell, and Hayden Norman's gone back to 3rd. The 46 car of Anthony Bear's gone to 4th as they run out of turn 2. Back in 5th is Jake Hoth, right behind Anthony Bear, and then David Fall. 7th place is Peter Herbert, and then Damon Lyle. And we will have lap traffic because Shane Wild made an error in turn 4, and they're going to have to negotiate Shane Wild in the concluding stages. We've got 9 to go in the state title final, and Jack Barnwell won't leave Jamie Oldfield alone in this one. We've got 8.5 laps left to go. 2 years ago we had the same sort of finish, but the roles are reversed at this point in time. Oldfield's just ahead of Barnwell. Further back we've got a bit of a calamity between Hoth and David Fall. Fall stops the car on the curb. The yellows are on again. Jake Hoth got sideways up there in turn number 4. David Fall went into the side. Fall stops the car. 9 laps to go. And dare I say it, now it's starting to get dramatic. David Fall restarts. Can Jamie Oldfield hang on? Jack Barnwell is throwing everything bar the kitchen sink. In fact, I think he has thrown the kitchen sink. Hayden Norman has gone to 3rd. Jake Hoth coming into the inquiry bay, or is Jake... No, Jake Hoth is out. Just misses the Portaloo on there on the infield, and 44 hit the cone on the last restart, so he's been relegated. Good pick up by the officials. The cone has a bit of a limp to it, unfortunate. It's not nice if you're the cone to be run over. 9 laps to go. Well, it's not a cone. I keep on forgetting that here. Here's the restart. Is this the last one? Jamie Oldfield leads this race that's been going 27.5 minutes. Down into turn number 1. Jack Barnwell in 2nd. Hayden Norman to come again. Anthony Bear, I don't think he's finished with yet. David Fall is 5th. And the 27 car of Damon Lyle comes around David Fall and goes into 5th place as they move out of 3 and 4. Jamie Oldfield makes a mistake coming out of 4, and Jack Barnwell closes the gap. Back then to Hayden Norman in 3rd place. Jack Barnwell has hit the front coming out of turn number 2. The Jamie Oldfield has to now come to the inside. He does. Jamie Oldfield's back in front. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Oldfield the leader. Barnwell's going to switch to the inside. The yellows are on again. The yellows are on again. Wayne Thompson has spun. Oh my goodness gracious. Jamie Oldfield will lead Jack Barnwell. There was 0.3 of a second in it as they crossed the line on the last lap. So Oldfield will lead, even though Barnwell passed Oldfield and Oldfield passed Barnwell again. Wayne Thompson from Bunbury has spun down in turn number 1. And we've got another yellow. We're crawling to the finish. 8-2. The stewards run out of patience. We're going green again. 8 laps to go. Oh, hang on. Hayden Norman's gone. Hayden Norman's out as we go green. We're back underway. So Hayden Norman is out of the race on that restart. Jack Barnwell throws caution to the wind down in turn number 1. Try to get under Jamie Oldfield. It didn't quite work. And now he comes into the clutches of Anthony Bear once again. Bear dives to the inside and goes back to second place. I think Barnwell is out. He is. Barnwell's got a flat tyre. Who's that going into third place? It is Damon Lyle. Can you believe it? From the back of the field back to third place. Fourth place at this point in time, I think, is the 52 of Paul Bowman. Then we've got the 10 of David Fall in fifth place. They run up into turn number 3 and 4 once again. Jack Barnwell and also Hayden Norman out of the race on that last stoppage effectively. 6 to go, and Anthony Bear now doing the chasing out after Jamie Oldfield. But it is the 27 car who's about to dive to the inside, and Anthony Bear's out. Unbelievable. Hayden Norman, Anthony Bear and Jack Barnwell out in the last couple of laps, and Jamie Oldfield has 5 laps to go in this one. And what a drive by Damon Lyle. He led on lap 3, went to the rear of the field and finds himself back in second place. Back to Paul Bowman in third. David Fall is fourth. Peter Herbert is fifth. Sixth place at this point in time. It could be even Daniel Stanley as they run out of turn 4. Jamie Oldfield has 4 laps to go in the state title final. He looks home and hosed, but as we've seen all weekend, anything is possible, and we won't write them off until the checkered flag comes out. Lyle is second. Back to Bowman. David Fall having that battle for third and fourth. Back then to Peter Herbert in fifth place. Daniel Stanley is in sixth position. Behind him is Shane Wild and Wayne Thompson, Phil Nicollet. 3 laps to go in the state title final, and the race leader is Jamie Oldfield, the defending champion, looking to win the event for the 4th time. Damon Lyle in second place, then back to Paul Bowman. 4th place is David Fall. Then in 5th place it's Peter Herbert into the main straight. 2 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, and Jamie Oldfield has 2 laps of Albany's Atwell Park to go, and he looks absolutely home and hosed. Second place Damon Lyle, Paul Bowman, David Fall, Peter Herbert and Brindley McGaffin. That is the first half dozen. Back then to Shane Wild after that. Daniel Stanley, Wayne Thompson and Phil Nicollet. There is the white flag, ladies and gentlemen. There is 1 lap to go, and you're watching one of Western Australia's best ever drivers at work. He won 3 races last night. He was disqualified in the first one. He came back tonight. He finished on 9th on points after all the qualifying heats, and he is the defending and still state champion of street stock. Jamie Oldfield first across the line with a dominant performance. Second place, a great drive by Damon Lyle from the back of the field. Gets second. Third the way of Paul Bowman in 52. Fourth is David Fall. Peter Herbert fifth. Brindley McGaffin is 6th. Shane Wild, Wayne Thompson, Daniel Stanley and Phil Nicollet are the 10 that finished. Ladies and gentlemen, as he comes around, he becomes a 4-time champion. He won in 2005, he won in 2014, he won last year, and he wins again. He's a 4-time state champion to go with his 2 national titles in street stock. Definitely one of our best ever drivers in the modern era. Put your hands together for Jamie Oldfield, the winner of the state title for street stock for 2020-21 here at Atwell Park. We'll have the trackside presentations in just a few moments from what has been an extraordinary race to an extraordinary weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, as he comes into the main straight, make plenty of noise for the defending champion who wins again. Car number 1 remains car number 1. Jamie Oldfield, your winner, from Damon Lyle in second place. Third is the 52 of Paul Bowman, and David Fall finishes in fourth place. As he gets out of the car, ladies and gentlemen, how about putting your hands together for him, Jamie Oldfield? My goodness, it smells like a burnt candle, that engine at the moment. It is absolutely steaming. It's in fact on fire. Well, we've never had this at a presentation before. There's always a first. I said it smelled like a burnt candle. It was more than that. It was on fire. Whoa. Now it smells really bad. We'll have the presentations in just a sec. We'll just clear the fireys and that away from our presentation area. And we'll get this underway in just a second. We'll start with the presentation, ladies and gentlemen, for fourth place. All the way from Manjimup in car number 10, David Fall. Here's Dave. Well done, great job in fourth place. We've got a trophy and a sash for you. Here we go. Now there's the trophy. Now we'll put the sash on. Left arm through is the way it goes. Yeah, you haven't got many of those. Hey, well done, Dave. Great drive. You were there at the end, an epic race.
Yeah, no, huge race. We had no steering left at the end, so we just had to hold the bottom, but it sort of worked out. And yeah, started a fair way back, so pretty chuffed. But the young bloke gave me a fair bit of inspiration. So cheers, Lucas, for the words of wisdom before, and got us through. So stoked.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen, in fourth place, David Fall. My goodness gracious, David, you actually started back in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th row from position 14. Great effort. Well done. We'll see you at the next one. In third place, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Albany, put your hands together for Paul Bowman. Well done, Paul. Left arm through. Now, Paul Bowman, David Fall started from 14. You started from position number 15. Great drive.
Yeah, no, I'd done pretty good after looping it. I thought there was no way I was going to get up to the top three, but yeah, it's all turned around and come. I've had nothing but dramas, fighting dramas. Pulled a motor apart on Friday, swapped another motor this morning, and yeah, we made it. I've got to thank my old man. You know, I've been grumpy, I've been losing me marbles, but he's stuck in there and helped me all the way building this car in over the last 4 weeks. I've got to thank Rowena. You're amazing. Like, you always come to Speedway, you know, you're a good friend. And just like to thank Herbie for letting me use the motor, and just all the other top 3, 4, 5 drivers in the A-main. Cheers.
There we are, Paul Bowman in third place. Hop up on the step up there, Paul. In second place, on lap number 3, he was our leader. He spun. He went to the rear of the field. He has come back from position number 22 and finished second in the state title. Put your hands together for Carnarvon's own Damon Lyle. Well, I don't know what to say, really. You were in front. And what were you thinking when you spun down there?
Oh, what a tool, really. That was about it. I don't know. It actually stalled when I actually backed off for the first time all weekend. Started when I got it in reverse. I don't know. Yeah, sorry, fellas, but I don't know how everyone missed me. Well done. Yeah, it was cool, but track went to the fence, and once I sort of had a yellow and was behind everyone, I thought I might as well have another crack, and a fair few dropped out. I got lucky, but I'll take it for sure.
Few people would obviously like to thank the car was running on rails, and great job to go from 22 to 2.
Yeah, definitely. We didn't touch it all weekend. All the guys up on the hill, I reckon they're the loudest ones here. Jace at Novus, Mum and Dad, Watto Pro Carnarvon, Gascoigne Machining. Cheesy and Sam come on board just a couple shows ago. You don't go to a stocky show without seeing their name all over it. So thanks, guys, for everything you do for the class. Trav, Matt, everyone that's helping out in the pits. Albany Speedway, great event. And whoever's doing that track, it's cool, man.
Put your hands together for Damon Lyle, your runner-up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Great job. It's not often you go from the front to the back and then get right back to position number 2. One person left to speak to. I've mentioned it before. He's won it 3 times, and he comes another driver to go back to back. He was last year's winner. He is this year's winner. Put your hands together for Jamie Oldfield, your defending champion and still champion of street stock in this state. Okay, we've run out of time. Sorry, Jamie. Time to go home. What a drive. Great job. You started out of position 9 in the final. We'll start with last night. You've already covered it off, but you won 3 heats, but one of them didn't count, which put you behind the 8 ball, but you never count you off. You've won from the C main, you've won from the B main, so I guess that was only a little blimp on the radar, but you started out at 9 in the final, very quickly got towards the front, and then found yourself in front, and then there was multiple stoppages towards the end.
Yeah, I've got a bad habit of putting myself behind at the start of the night, and silly mistake cost us a bit last night, and I think that just makes me a little bit more determined come feature time. And we had a tough start, and we got around a couple of cars and under a couple of cars, and I found a good line on the top and managed to get our way to the front, and it's turned out.
There was multiple stoppages at the end. Jack Barn will come under you a few times. Anthony Bear went around the outside of you a few times as well, and you were able to hold them off. The car was on rails basically all weekend.
Yeah, it's been great. It was getting a bit tight there towards the end. I don't know what was going on, but it was a bit harder to drive. I think I've run out of puff at the end of it. But no, the car's been great. I've got to thank Luke and Rose Novell for supplying this car, and Ragged Engines and Craig, and Anthony King, who's helped us all weekend, all our supporters and crew, and my wife, my brothers, everyone that's helped us out and been a part of my race, and I really appreciate it.
Just putting on your other hat for those that don't know, Jamie is also the state president of Speedway Sedans WA. A great event here tonight. It's the start of 4 weeks of street stock racing with a massive amount of prize money. Next week, Bunbury, the week after the Motorplex. Not very often at the Motorplex. It's great it's going there, and then on to Geraldton. But to see another huge crowd here, the event has been basically flawless from start to finish. Must be really happy.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to thank the volunteers from Albany Speedway. They've done a fantastic job all weekend. All the volunteers from Speedway Sedans WA, they've done an awesome job. The track guys here, they've done a magnificent job and put on a really good racetrack for street stocks. And everyone else that's all a part of it, the sponsors, AVEG and Novus Glass for our series that's going on for the next 4 weeks, and pretty much all the other drivers. Congratulations to the guys on the podium. And it's great to see 80 plus cars at a street stock event. It's awesome.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen. There is our top 4 for tonight's WA title. We'll get Jamie up the top. David Fall is 4th. 3rd place goes to Paul Bowman. 2nd to Damon Lyle. And Jamie Oldfield is still the WA champion of street stock. That does take us out, ladies and gentlemen, from Albany's Atwell Park. Thanks for being with us this weekend. We hope you've enjoyed all the action, and please drive home safely. And we'll see you at the next state title, which is in a couple of weeks' time at Collie Speedway, the Make Smoking History Collie Speedway, with the modified sedan title, which will have 26 starters. And then a couple of weeks after that, we go to Mora for the WA production title, then back to Bunbury for the super sedan title, and we finish at Karratha at Easter with the junior title. But from behalf of all of us here, Jason Crowe signing off. We'll see you at a Speedway event very soon.